unbeatable mountain views high above the valley. Whether you're wrapping up a day on the trails, looking to cool off from the summer heat, or just want a relaxed place to hang out with friends and family, the Chair 5 Pub delivers. Keep the good times rolling after the final inning. Visit missionridge.com to learn more.
Wenatchee businesses, step up to the plate. Firefly is your hometown MVP for managed IT and cybersecurity, protecting your time and tech since 1992. For a limited time, Firefly is offering a free vulnerability scan to help pinpoint the gaps in your security and bring clarity to your risks before they turn into errors on the scoreboard. Call 509-663-TECH today to secure your scan and stop the bad guys from stealing home.
Hey, get the goat off the AC vent.
This time of year, we are right there with the goat, hanging out and trying to stay cool.
Folks can start quotes on our website, WenatcheeInsurance.com.
And you can schedule an in-person video or phone appointment.
No one should have to sweat about insurance.
We are a locally owned independent agency, so we can walk people through a variety of options.
Make sure you're covered, maybe even save some money.
So give us a call or text today, 509-295-9055.
And then get back to the AC with the goat.
At Banner Bank, cheering on the AppleSox is just one more way they show their appreciation for the Wenatchee Valley. When it comes to your finances, it's all about how they can help you move forward with truly personal service, smart financial solutions, and being the local expert by your side when it matters most. In fact, Banner Bank has been named one of the 100 best banks in America by Forbes for 10 straight years and one of Newsweek's best regional banks again this year. Stop by your local Wenatchee branch or visit bannerbank.com. Banner Bank, member FDIC.
Hey, Sox fans, we're here with Mitch Haythorne, your WCL Pitcher of the Week after a lockdown performance against Kelowna in Game 1 of the playoff series. You win that game 9-0. What were the vibes like for the team coming back from Kelowna?
Oh, it was great. I mean, we just kind of went after him right away and sent a statement and, fortunately shut him out. We stringed a good line of pitchers through, and our lineup scored 9 runs. Can't ask for anything better, but we just bringing that momentum back, so doing the best we can with that.
Yeah, Sean McGrath on the mound today for the AppleSox. How confident are you for the kid from Cal Poly?
Oh, man, I'm so excited to watch Sean. He's a special kid. He does a great job. He works hard, so it's going to be fun to watch for sure. I'm excited to see what he can do.
You were on this team last year. We all know how that ended. You were knocked out by Bellingham in that division series. Now you're playing against them in the North Division Championship game. It's win or go home. What is that putting any kind of stress on the team at all?
No, I don't think so. I think if anything, it makes us more excited and more ready to just get after it. I mean, we've established, I think, a good culture all year of just going right at guys. We're not afraid of any team, but I think, if anything, we're more excited to play them, so it's going to be fun.
It's been a long season here with the Sox. What's been your favorite memory of this season in Wenatchee?
Oh, man, I think the perfect road trip. That was fun. When we went to Kelowna and Kamloops and won 6 in a row. That was awesome, so that was a good memory for sure.
Who are you going to miss most on the team when this season's over?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm going to miss a lot of guys for sure, but I think Saki, he was here last year too. Being a catcher and a pitcher, we've been a good battery, so I'm going to miss him quite a bit. He's a great guy, so.
What's the approach going into this game? Again, winner go home, and you could potentially punch your ticket to a championship game, which would be hosted here at home. What's the approach from Mitch, Ian, and Quincy in the locker room?
I think it's just like the same thing we've been doing all year. It's the next pitch. They've preached a good message to us all year long of just attacking every pitch, and it's always the next pitch. And I think if we keep that mentality rolling into this, we'll be just fine.
Hey, Haythorne, thank you so much.
Thank you.
When you need prescriptions filled, visit Wenatchee Clinic Pharmacy. Locally owned and in business since 1945, Wenatchee Clinic Pharmacy is your friendly Health Mart pharmacy ready to serve you. They've made it their goal to meet the special health care needs of families throughout North Central Washington. Stop in or use their convenient drive-thru to get all your questions answered and prescriptions filled. Wenatchee Clinic Pharmacy, 509-662-5801 and at 820 North Chelan.
Have you ever thought about how much you're on your feet? A comfortable pair of boots can make a real difference. If you've had a hard time finding a good pair of boots, visit Neil's Boots, Shoes, and Repair, where you'll find a good selection of Danner boots, including light 2s, Vicious, and Radical 453s. They also carry Smoke Jumper and Hawthorne white boots. Neil's Boots, Shoes, and Repair. 811 South Wenatchee Avenue.
AppleSox fans, if a foul ball leaves your car with a rock chip or broken windshield, take it to Discount Auto Glass. Locally owned, Discount Auto Glass specializes in rock chip repair, windshield replacement, mobile service, window tinting, and calibration service on all makes and models. Get your rock chip repaired at Discount Auto Glass, 888-0072 and at 901 Valley Mall Parkway in East Wenatchee, across from 7-Eleven.
Hi, this is Jeff Rounds, president of Libkey Insurance. Accidents can happen to anyone at any time without warning. At Libkey Insurance, our goal is to provide help before you need it. The right protection, competitive rates, and caring professionals. That's value. That's Libkey Insurance. Don't be caught without the right protection. Peace of mind is just a call or click away. Let's talk today.
Lipke Insurance. Call 888-902-1800. Online at lipke.com.
9-0 in Game 1 and 8-3 in Game 2. The Sox took care of the Kelowna Falcons very comfortably in the opening series of the postseason. Of course, the Kelowna Falcons were the 4th seed and the Sox the number 1 seed overall in the entire West Coast League and in the North. And it was Mitch Haythorne who got the rock in that first game up north in Kelowna. And like we said, he's your WCL pitcher of the week for good reason. 6 innings scoreless, allowing only 4 hits, and of course striking out 6 batters. He has just been a strikeout machine all year long, and he's doing it in the postseason as well. Then, of course, the Sox came back home to play against the Falcons in Game 2. And for the Falcons, it was win or go home, and they went home. They lost 8-3. The Sox striking early and often, putting up a 2 spot in the first, 2 spot in the second, 3 in the third, 1 in the fifth for insurance, and then really just kept the Falcons at arm's length the entire game. Vincent DeMarco, the kid, got the start in that second game, going 4 2/3 innings, allowing 1 run off of 3 hits, striking out 4, only walking 1. And then Chihiro Sato took over for him and got the win, going 2 1/3, allowing 3 hits and 1 run, but striking out 3. Easton Brooks closed it all out, going 1 1/3 to get the Sox across the finish line, scoreless in that relief outing through the 9th. And striking out 2 batters as well. So pitching really exceptional for the Sox in that game. And the bats doing what they did best, picking up 8 hits and able to score 8 runs to give enough support for their staff to be able to win Game 2 and really have an easy breezy series. Obviously a 3-game set, so if you win 2, you move on. And the Sox won the first 2. So no need for a Game 3. But what did need a Game 3 was the series of Bellingham versus Nanaimo. And man, what a series that was. Nanaimo really got their money's worth, obviously forcing a Game 3. They walked off Game 1 in Nanaimo. It was on the road. They are obviously the lower seed to Bellingham, so they got the first game at their ballpark in Nanaimo, and they walked it off in the bottom of the 9th. An insane game there in their first game of the postseason against the Bells. And then Bellingham won Game 2 to be able to force a Game 3. Bells had themselves up against the wall. Nanaimo was trying to just beat them and move on to the next round, but Bellingham was able to fend them off in the second game. And in Game 3, Bellingham showed why they were the higher seed to Nanaimo. They crushed them, and I mean crushed them, 17-14 in the series decider to decide who would go to this North Division Championship game. And it didn't quite start out that way. It didn't start as a blowout. Look at it. Nanaimo struck first, actually, putting up 1 run in the second. And then Bellingham got it right back in the bottom half of that frame, putting up 3 to take the lead. Then they extended it in the third with another 3 spot, and then threw a little salt in the wound with another 3 spot in the fourth. And then they tallied 2 in the 5th, and really the knockout blow to show Nanaimo that they were not getting back into this game was a 6-spot hung in the 8th inning. They just were assaulting them from all fronts. It was 13 hits in total for Bellingham in that game, obviously putting up 17 runs. And really it was capped off by Romnick Keebon, who had a 3-run home run in that matchup. That was really the knockout blow to tell Nanaimo, yeah, you're not getting back into this game. We're winning, and we're going to go play for a North Division Championship game. And no one better to play it against than, of course, the Wenatchee AppleSox. These 2 teams have faced each other time after time after time after time after time in the playoffs, and really last year a good example of that. They played each other in the divisional series, the very start of the playoffs, and an insane series that was. That was really absolute cinema, as we might say. You start with Game 1 of that series. Bellingham just barely beat the Wenatchee 7-6, so close game, 1-run ball game there. Then in Game 2, Wenatchee got the win 7-6. They did exactly what Bellingham did, just flip it around. So they were able to force a Game 3 in that series. And then they're still at Joe Martin Field for game number 3. Winner go home for both teams. One win apiece. One more win would send them to the North Division Championship game. And it was the Bells who were able to walk it off and win 4-3. And really just put the dagger in the heart of Wenatchee and end their season, send them home empty-handed. And the Bells went on to win the West Coast League Championship. They beat the Portland Pickles that year and are your reigning WCL champs. So they have a lot of momentum coming into this year. Obviously, they had a little bit more of an up-and-down season than the Sox did. The Sox, really, it feels like it was all sunshine and rainbows for this entire year. They only lost 2 series this entire year. They lost one to Walla Walla at the tail end of the first half, and they lost one to Bellingham, also at the tail end of the second half. So it's a lot of series wins for the AppleSox, a lot of sweeps, and really not a lot of lows for this Wenatchee team. But to be perfectly honest with you, if there was one team, one entire team in the entire West Coast League who I would pick to say they could beat the Sox right here in this championship game and spoil a historic season, it most likely would be the Bells. So if you're a Sox fan, you got to watch this game all the way through to the end, and we'll be on the call for it here on the AppleSox Radio Network. I'm Smith Sly. We're going to talk all about the pitching matchup here in just a little bit as we're getting closer and closer to first pitch. Don't go anywhere. AppleSox Baseball on the AppleSox Radio Network.
Let's give a big hand to a proud sponsor of today's game, the Salcedo Group of Companies. Celebrating 25 years of serving our valley, Salcedo does it all, from top-tier HVAC and electrical expertise to major local development. Today, they're proving their philanthropic heart by supporting over 70 local organizations across Chelan, Douglas, and Grant counties, including our very own Wenatchee AppleSox. Locally grown and deeply committed, Salcedo continues to invest in everything that makes our valley home. Thank you, Salcedo Group of Companies.
NCW.News is your source for accurate and intensely local news across North Central Washington. Part of Ward Media, an independent company committed to local journalism, NCW.News provides stories from our network-respected community newspapers. Stay informed with news from the Lake Chelan Mirror, Leavenworth Echo, Cashmere Valley Record, Quad City Herald, and Wenatchee Business Journal. With over 100 years recording the region's history, NCW.News and Ward Media keep communities engaged on the issues that matter most. Visit NCW.News for local news you can trust.
Hit a home run with LocalTel Communications. For over 40 years, we've been Central Washington's trusted telecom provider, delivering fast internet and reliable phone service. Whether you're streaming the big game, video chatting with loved ones, or running your business smoothly, LocalTel has you covered. Join the LocalTel family today and enjoy the best connectivity in the region. Visit us at localtel.com to learn more.
Summer starts with membership at the Rack. Pack your calendar with camp, rack, swim, and tennis lessons, summer swim team, indoor and outdoor pickleball, tennis tournaments, play programs, and so much more. It is so easy and fun for the whole family to stay active and fit all summer long when you join the Rack. Summer classes and camps are filling fast, so don't delay. Call the Rack today. That's Wenatchee Racket and Athletic Club, or use the Rack app for program registration. See all the details at rack.org or call 662-3544. The Rack, where we play every day.
It's the kid from Cal Poly on the mound for the AppleSox, Sean McGrath, the right-hander, who his last outing was against Kamloops on the road. He went 6 1/3 innings pitched there and only allowed 1 run. A real great performance from McGrath in that game on the road. Picked up 5 strikeouts as well. This will be his 6th appearance of the summer, his 5th start, and he's got a 1.47 ERA. He's basically in charge of making sure the Sox season continues. Really no one better to have on the mound. For the Bells, it's another right-hander, Jeffrey MacArthur, who joined the team a little bit late this year, making his 3rd appearance of the summer. He's got a 1.80 ERA, 1 win and no losses for him. He's pitched 5 innings on the dot, allowed 5 hits. He struck out 5, only walked 1. And of course, this is his first start for the Bells. He's a two-way player out of Cypress College, and apparently the Bells are trusting him here in a win-or-go-home game. They want him on the mound. He's a sophomore from Villa Park, California. Like I said, from Cypress College, 6'2" and 190 pounds. That 1.80 ERA. If you're a Bells Bells fan, you got to hope that comes to play here in the postseason. We'll see what happens. McGrath on the mound for the AppleSox, like we said, and MacArthur on the mound for the Bellingham Bells. A pair of righties for two of the best pitching teams in the entire league, like we said. The Sox with the best ERA and the best whip, and the Bells with the second best ERA, second best whip. And they got some of their most premium arms coming out here today for this North Division Championship game. A win or go home game, like we said. You got to win to move on to the West Coast League Championship game. And if the Sox were to win, they'll host it here at home, Paul Thomas Senior Stadium, on Thursday at 6:35 p.m. And if the Bells win, they'll go on to play whoever wins in the South Division matchup. That's Richfield and Corvallis duking it out here today at around the same time. So we'll keep our eye on that game as well to see who the Sox or the Bells will be playing in the West Coast League Championship game. And again, MacArthur and McGrath, your two starting arms today for the Sox and the Bells. It'll be really exciting to see how this potential pitcher's duel pans out over the next 9 innings here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. A great crowd on hand of the Sox fans showing up to support their AppleSox and watch some premium playoff baseball in the Valley. It's 83 degrees here in Wenatchee. A light breeze blowing out towards right field. The wind tunnel we see here in Wenatchee, and not a single cloud in sight. Sox wearing their bright red jerseys with the white pants, and the Bells wearing their road grays, gray tops and gray bottoms as well. As the lineups have been announced for the Sox and the Bells, and we're just about to the national anthem here at Paul Thomas. Don't go anywhere. It's AppleSox baseball only on the AppleSox Radio Network.
Hop into my Chevy. We're gonna take a ride. We're going down to Easy's Burgers, where the food is dynamite. Easy's Burgers. Easy's Burgers, oh yeah. Fast, friendly, and delicious. They really do it right. Serving up those burgers every day and every night. Big kids, little kids, mom and dad too. Easy's Burgers. Made fresh for you.
Dr. Scott Bibbins Family Dentistry. Friendly, professional staff where they take care of all of your dentistry needs. Fillings, cleanings, root canals, crowns and bridges, orthodontic appliance therapy, oral surgery, and dental implants. Complete dentistry for the whole family, where their experienced staff takes pride in offering comfortable care in a relaxed atmosphere and strive to exceed your expectations. Dr. Scott Bibbins Family Dentistry. Now at their new home at 445 Mission Street, across from Banner Bank in Wenatchee. The convenient parking off Mission and 5th Street.
Since 1977, Hagelin's Trophies has provided North Central Washington with the best in awards. Capture those special memories with a trophy, plaque, or award from Hagelin's Trophies. They also engrave name badges, desk and wall signs, and can customize your badges, signs, and awards with your logo on their laser engraving system. If you need promotional items, they can help there too. Hagelin's Trophies, 123 North Chelan in Wenatchee, and at Hagelin'sTrophies.com.
Discover what Premier Senior Living is all about at Blossom Valley Assisted Living and Blossom Creek Memory Care in beautiful Wenatchee. Blossom Valley Assisted Living and Blossom Creek Memory Care communities provide seniors with a stress-free style of living that enhances the mind, body, and spirit. There's always so much going on, from shopping trips to gardening to fitness activities. Plus, you can enjoy peace of mind knowing that trained care staff are present 24/7. Schedule a private tour experience at Blossom Valley and Blossom Creek.
The game you've waited for all season long. The Wenatchee AppleSox taking on the Bellingham Bells in the North Division Championship game. It'll be a good one. Two of the top teams in the entire league duking it out. Win or go home. The nerves are really as high as they could possibly be here in this game. And no doubt, it's going to be an exciting one over the next 9 innings here in Wenatchee. Let's take a look at who the Bells are starting here in this winner-go-home game. Of course, you got Rashad Hayes in the leadoff spot. He's over at second base. Batting second, it's Bo Schinkel, Gonzaga Bulldog, in straightaway center. Then batting third, it's Noah Cassie at first base. Batting fourth, it's Nate Johnson over at third. Batting fifth, it's Matt Churchill, who DHs today. Batting sixth, it's Romnick Kevon out in left field. Batting seventh, it's Dylan Moss, who's behind the plates. Batting eighth, it's Tyler Peschke at short. And rounding out the order in the 9-hole, Bryce Johnson in right field. Of course, like we said, on the mound for the Bells, it's Jeffrey MacArthur, the right-hander. And for the AppleSox, defensively, you got Morisaki, who's catching today. He's catched all now 4 games of the postseason. He's your postseason catcher. Over at first base, it's Faxton Bigby. You got Raphael Dunn, who's over at second base. Reese Vassar, Quincy Vassar's brother, at short. James Castanola at third. Out in left field, it's Ryder Young. Straightaway center, it's Zach Doyle. And out in right field, it's Noah Fields. On the mound, Sean McGrath, the right-hander, the kid from Cal Poly. Look at your officiating crew today. You have a four-man crew. The first time we've seen that at Paul Thomas this season. You got Henry De Jesus behind the plate. He's got balls and strikes. Michael Ames is over at first. At second base, it's Tom Purchase. And at third, it's John Schofield. That's your quartet of officiators here in the North Division Championship game. And really, a great crowd on hand here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Not the biggest that we've seen this year. That, of course, was July 3rd, fireworks night at the ballpark against Edmonton. That was a real packed-out game. Nowhere for people to sit. They were streaming out the berms on either side in left field and right. But here today, this crowd, not quite as comparable, but still, you can feel the energy here. You can feel this crowd wanting to win in obviously the most important game of the season. And obviously a championship would be ideal, but this game, really the championship before the championship. As Rashad Hayes climbs up to the right-handed batter's box, going up against the right-hander Sean McGrath on the mound. Like we said, a beautiful day here in Wenatchee. No better day for AppleSox baseball, no better day for the North Division Championship game. Hayes climbs in, taps the plates. McGrath gets his signs, winds, and delivers today's first pitch. It's downstairs for a ball, and we are underway here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Sit back and enjoy this one. And the count quickly 1-0 on Hayes, who leads off for the Bells today. In the start at second base, McGrath winds and delivers. Goes to the fastball and misses it just off the plate. And it's ball two. And Hayes coming to the Bells from Stanford. Just finished his first year there. He was a top 10 ranked shortstop in the state of California. And his 2-0 pitch on the hands, fouled off for a strike. Now Hayes, he's batting .181 in the playoffs so far. He was hitless in that third game against Nanaimo. He did pick up an RBI. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. McGrath, the breath, the windup, and the pitch. And then shot foul down the right side, and the count evens at 2s. And game 3 was where the Bells blew out the Nanaimo Night Owls, putting up 18 runs in that series decider. Now 2 strikes on Hayes. McGrath would like a strikeout. Can he get it? And Hayes fouls this off. He stays alive. Now Hayes finished the regular season batting .280. He's posted 35 hits this year, 19 RBIs. And the team lead for stolen bases at 13. That's why he's in the leadoff spot. McGrath delivers the 2-2. Line to left field, falling quick, and it falls in for a base hit, a leadoff single for Hayes to start this North Division Championship game. Now it's Bo Schinkel. No outs, and quickly a runner on. Leadoff single from Rashad Hayes to start this game. Of course, Schinkel, junior from Gonzaga, finds a few of his teammates here in Wenatchee. McGrath from the stretch for the first time tonight. And he'll pick off to first. Keep an eye on Hayes. Like I said, he's got the stolen base lead for the Bells, 13 so far this year. You got to keep a close eye on him. Can't allow him to get too far off the base and get too good of a lead. And McGrath comes set. He delivers the first pitch to Schinkel. Fastball away, and that's a ball. Now Schinkel, similar to Hayes, batting a .181 in the playoffs, and was also hitless in that third series decider game against Nanaimo. Did have 2 walks, though, so was able to reach base. Here's the 1-0 from McGrath. On the hands, fouled off into the netting, and the count evens. Schinkel batting from the left side, McGrath pitching from the right side. Bells wearing those all-gray jerseys. Gray tops, gray bottoms. As McGrath comes set. Here's the 1-1. Hit to the left side, high, and foul. Hits off the roof of the concession stand, and now 2 strikes on Schinkel. And the Sox are wearing their red jerseys today. And you look at this year for Wenatchee, wearing the red jerseys, they have 13 wins and only 2 losses in the Reds. Been one of their best jersey pairings this year. And you hope it pans out here in the North Division Championship game. And the 1-2 is hit off the hands, a little flare to third base for Castanola, who has it for the outs, and that's the first out here in the first. Good job by McGrath to attack Schinkel and get him to hit a little weak pop-up to Castanola. So now 1 away, but still 1 runner on. That's Hayes there at first. He had the leadoff single to start this game. Here comes Noah Cassie. We're still scoreless here in the top of the first inning. McGrath from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Hayes takes off for second. Cassie hits this high to the right side, but well out of play. It's a long strike, and Hayes has to retreat back to first. So Hayes was taken off on that pitch, tips his hands, and let's see what McGrath does here. If he picks off or if he delivers to Cassie. 0-1 count with 1 out. McGrath comes set. Hayes gets his lead at first. And McGrath picks off. Again, you got to keep Hayes close. He leads the team for stolen bases. Tied with Schinkel, of course, who just popped out to third. The 2 of them both have 13 swipes this year, including a few in the postseason. McGrath delivers the 0-1. Hayes takes off again. Pitches a strike. The throw down is wide. It gets away from Dunn and into center field, but Doyle gets to it quickly. Stolen base for Hayes, and he is in scoring position here in the first. And his 14th swipe this year puts him 180 feet away for Noah Cassie. Your hit leader this year at 52. And he's batting 200 in the playoffs. But like Schinkel and Hayes, he had no hits in that third game against Nanaimo. Top of the order just wasn't really producing for him. He's got 2 strikes on him, though. McGrath for the punch-out. Spiked in the turf. Murasaki wears it off the chest to keep it in front, and Hayes has to stay at second base. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on Cassie. No one better for the Bells to have here in this spot. A runner in scoring position in the very first frame, with only 1 out here, and we're still scoreless 0-0. McGrath delivers. Slider just misses inside on Cassie. It's ball 2, and the home crowd none too pleased. And like we said, a great crowd on hand here today. Sox fans showing up for the AppleSox in the postseason in a very crucial game. 2-2 count. McGrath gets his signs. Looks to second. Now kicks and deals. Slider away. Spits away from Murasaki to the backstop. It's a pass ball, and Hayes will trot into third. And things getting a little shaky here on McGrath. The leadoff single to Hayes. The stolen base, now the pass ball to move him just 90 feet away. And like I said, no one better for the Bells to have. Cassie at the plate. Right-handed batter, a full count on him. Here's the payoff. Upstairs, ball 4. Cassie gets away from McGrath. He's on first, and the Bells have him on the corners. Here comes Nate Johnson, who, like Cassie, is another great bat to have up here in this spot. Batting .333 in the playoffs. He went 2 for 5 against the Nanaimo in that third game. And he also had a triple in the very first game of that series. Batting from the left side. Pitch to him. Ground ball served up to Dunn at second. Relays to Vassar. They throw to first, and they got the outs. How about that? 4-6-3, and McGrath hangs a 0 in the first. He gets
the 12 tribes have always roamed these lands. And today, guests at 12 Tribes Lake Chelan Casino follow in those footsteps, sharing with friends and family, gathering for games and celebrations. Here, where it's far from the ordinary and close to the adventure, the freedom to explore still whispers, to those who listen.
So here's what we won't do. We won't let self-doubt win again. Because we're working on something more real. With a coach who doesn't just spot you, but sees the real you. And a personal plan made for wherever you are.
Elbows in.
Because we know fit looks different for you, and her, and them. So that self-doubt, yeah, not today.
Come on, Riley, let's go!
Because you have people who believe in something more real. Like you. That's Anytime Fitness. That's Real AF.
Summer starts with membership at the Rack. Pack your calendar with Camp Rack, swim and tennis lessons, summer swim team, indoor and outdoor pickleball, tennis tournaments, play programs, and so much more. It is so easy and fun for the whole family to stay active and fit all summer long when you join the Rack.
So here's what we won't do. We won't let self-doubt win again. Because we're working on something more real. With a coach who doesn't just spot you, but see.
Summer starts with...
Hey, grab me one too.
Brandon White's hit some fire, caught some fire here coming into the playoffs. He's batting .300. He has 2 doubles and 3 RBIs so far in those 2 games played against Kelowna. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Ground ball to short, right at Petschke. Relay to second, the throw to first. Tons of time. There's the out, and that's the side retired. 6-4-3, a double play to end the inning. Isn't that familiar? No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Nobody left on base here in the bottom of the first. We're into the second, and we're still scoreless, 0-0 on the AppleSox Radio Network.
AppleSox fans, if
Hey, grab me one too. One thing we like, it's choices. Pat Armstrong Ford is the place to start. With a full lineup of vehicles and available powertrains, get your ideal combination of power and capability. With gas, hybrid, or all electric. But more important than the power you choose is what you choose to do with it. Stop by Pat Armstrong Ford today for your vehicle, parts, and service needs. 703rd Street Southeast in East Wenatchee. Just up the street. One thing we like, it's choice.
So here's what we won't do. We won't let self-doubt win again. Because we're working on something more real. With a coach who doesn't just spot you, but sees the real you. And a personal plan made for wherever you are.
Elbows in.
Because we know fit looks different for you, and her, and them. So that self-doubt, yeah, not today.
Come on, Riley, let's go.
Because you have people who believe in something more real. Like you. That's Anytime Fitness. That's Real AF.
One thing we like, it's choices. Pat Armstrong Ford is the place to start. With a full lineup of vehicles and available powertrains, get your ideal combination of power and capability. With gas, hybrid, or all electric. But more important than the power you choose.
Season batting below 100, .083 his average. And of course was hitless in that 3rd game against Nanaimo. Here's the 0-1. Slider inside, kind of brushed Churchill back, and it's ball 1. And then Churchill coming to the Bells from the University of Puget Sound. 2 years there. Here's the 1-1. Fastball away, he takes, and it's ball 2. And of course, like I said, team lead for hits at 52, and team lead for doubles at 13. And he's a big man from the right side, 6'5" and 220 pounds. Just a big human being. Here's his 2-1 pitch. And slap to the right side, but foul and out of play. From these two teams, the AppleSox and the Bells, very, very familiar with each other. They played each other quite a few times in years prior, dating all the way back to the very inception of the West Coast League. 2-2 pitch on the way from McGrath. This is smacked foul right to the AppleSox dugout. It rattles around, pinballs in there, and a couple of them have to duck out of the way. Of course, the West Coast League only 21 years old. First season was in 2005. And the championship game in that first inaugural year, it was actually, well, this game here, AppleSox taking on the Bells in the very first year of the league. 2-2 again. Line drive, served up to center field. It floats in for a hit. Doyle cuts it off and tries to gain as quickly as he can. He bobbles it. It kicked away from his glove. Butterfingers for Doyle in center. Luckily, Fields was backing him up to get it in. They hold Churchill to a single. That was almost disastrous there from Doyle. I mean, it was kind of right at him. Ranged over to his left. And obviously a bit of a case of the yips there. Just bobbled it. And Fields was there to back him up and get it in. Here's Romney Keybon. Pitch on the way to him. Fastball ran it inside. It misses for a ball. And so, yeah, that very first championship game, Sox and the Bells, and Wenatchee won it. Wenatchee won the very first championship game of the West Coast League's history. Here's a pitch from McGrath. Keybon hits this high to the left side, and foul ground, tailing and twisting, and it falls foul. And again, the West Coast League, fairly young, only 21 years old. It can legally drink, though. And the Sox, last year, were knocked out in the division series by the Bellingham Bells. And the year before that, in 2024, they made it all the way to the championship game and lost to the Portland Pickles. Here's the 1-1. And Keybon fends this off foul. Out of play. Count now 1-2. And we're still scoreless here in Wenatchee, top of the second inning. Runner on first for the Bells with no outs. It's Matt Churchill. And he hit that single to the right center fields. That was almost a double. 1-2 on the way. Ground ball towards short and out of the reach of Quincy Vassar. Or Reese Vassar, I should say, into left field. And that scoots Churchill into second. Keybon onto first. And it's back-to-back hits here in the second inning. It's weird to have Quincy's brother playing here, Reese, out there at shorts. You heard me there say Quincy Vassar instead of Reese Vassar. Quincy, the pitching coach for Wenatchee this year. And he's really cultivated a great bullpen. Starting arms, relieving arms. The best pitching staff in the entire league. Here's Dylan Moss with 2 on and no outs. Top of the second inning. McGrath glances at second. Long hold. Now the motion and the pitch. Slider drops it in for a strike. Now Moss swinging a red-hot bat here in the postseason. Batting .400 in those 3 games against Nanaimo. 2 for 4 in those 3 in that last game with an RBI. Helped them win that game, putting up a 17 spot. 0-1 pitch. Fastball put right on the outside corner for strike 2. Well, now McGrath's got him right where he wants him. Behind 2 strikes, but still 2 runners on. First and second. Churchill at second. Keybon at first. Still no outs here in the second. McGrath for the strikeout. Line drive through the left side, skips into left field. And it's a loud single. Everyone up 90 feet, and the bases are loaded here in the second off 3 straight hits. And that's a quality at bat for Dylan Moss. Behind 0-2, and you find a way to turn it into a hit. So now Dylan Moss at first, Romney Keybon at second, Matt Churchill at third base. And here comes Tyler Peschke, your starting shortstop today. McGrath set, first base half of the rubber, pitch to Peschke. Fastball, bottom rung, and that's strike 1. And all 3 of those hits here in this inning, Churchill, Keybon, and Moss, all came with 2 strikes on them. So McGrath, an issue with finishing here against these batters in the second inning. He's got an 0-1 count against Peschke. We're still scoreless. Let's see if Bellingham changes that. Pitch on the way. Shot back foul. And again, 2 strikes on a batter. Still no outs here in the top of the second inning. Bases juiced for the Bells. They would love to strike first here. 0-2 count on Peschke. McGrath comes sets for the strikeouts. Hit to right field, high and deep. Fields goes back towards the line. He makes the catch. Churchill tags. He'll score without a throw. And Bellingham breaks the ice here in the North Division Championship game. And so now back-to-back innings where McGrath has gotten himself into a bit of trouble. Same thing in the first, a leadoff single from Hayes, and eventually set up runners in the corners. But he was able to get out of it with a double play. Not so lucky here in the top of the second inning. It's 1-0 Bells. Here comes Bryce Johnson. Batting from the right side with no batting gloves. McGrath, here's the pitch to him. Ground ball, serves up perfectly to Vassar. Flips to Dunn for the out. The relay to first, and they got it. Another double play to retire the side, 6-4-3, and the Sox are able to get out of the top of the second, but they do concede 1 run off of 3.
Choose is what you choose to do with it. Stop by Pat Armstrong Ford today for your vehicle, parts, and service needs. 703rd Street Southeast in East Wenatchee, just up the street from Costco.
Hey, grab me one too.
Summer starts with membership at the Rack. Pack your calendar with Camp Rack, swim and tennis lessons, summer swim team, indoor and outdoor pickleball, tennis tournaments, play programs, and so much more. It is so easy and fun for the whole family to stay active and fit all summer long when you join the Rack.
So here's what we won't do. We won't let self-doubt win again. Because we're working on something more real. With a coach who doesn't just spot you, but sees the real you. And a personal plan made for wherever you are.
Elbows in.
Because we know fit looks different for you, and her, and them. So that self-doubt, yeah, not today.
Come on, Riley, let's go!
Because you have people who believe in something more real. Like you. That's Anytime Fitness. That's Real AF.
Tee it up at the Three Lakes Golf Club in Malaga. Give us a call for
Today have been retired with an inning-ending double play. And here comes Zach Doyle for the AppleSox leading off, bottom of the second, a 1-0 Bellingham lead. In the North Division Championship game, it's win or go home, and both these teams do not want to go home. As MacArthur on the mound, from the first base half of the rubber, from the stretch, here's a pitch. Just low and just away, good take by Doyle for a ball. And MacArthur working from the stretch with no one on. As he peers in and gets his signs. He's been efficient so far today. Faced the minimum in the first. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Slider grounded hard to Peschke on a one skip. He throws to first, and they got the out. One away here in the second.
Now batting number 13, Ryder Young.
Drags up Ryder Young, the low rider, with one away here, bottom of the second. And again, 1-0 Bellingham leading. As MacArthur comes set from his belts, here's the pitch. Breaking ball inside, it can't find the zone, it's ball one. And Young, he's been hot for the Sox in those two games against Kelowna. Batting .375. And they've had 3 hits, 4 RBIs, and a double in that 2-game series. 1-0 pitch. He cracks this high in the air and deep to right field. Johnson goes back, and at the wall, it is gone. The low rider hits it high for his second home run this year, and we are tied in Wenatchee. That is just what the Sox needed. They went down by 1, and Ryder Young does it himself to get some life back into the AppleSox.
Now batting number 3, Jay Castagnola.
Here's Castagnola, your starting third baseman today, captain consistent for the AppleSox. He's got a tough act to follow, though. Solo home run from Young. Here's the pitch from MacArthur, and it hits him on the helmet. Fastball at 88, up and in. bangs off of his dome. He's no worse for wear. Quickly taking his run up to first base, and now hit by pitch puts Castanola on first.
Now batting number 11, Canola Morisaki.
And MacArthur showing some cracks here in the second inning. Just gave up that home run to Ryder Young. Hits Castanola on the very first pitch, almost on his jaw. Now here comes Kanoa Morisaki, your Tommy Watanabe Award winner. It was announced in Game 2 against Kelowna. He bats here with one away, but one runner on. MacArthur's pitch. High and away for a ball. And we're tied up here in Wenatchee. It's 1-1. Bell scored in the top half of this frame with a sac fly to deep right field. But Ryder Young one-ups him with a home run to right field the opposite way. 1-0 pitch. Fastball, pulled it low and away. It's back-to-back balls on Morisaki. And Saki still hunting his first hit of the postseason. Didn't pick up any in Kelowna. Didn't get any here at home against the Falcons. No better time to start than now. 2-0 pitch. Slider up and outside. Can't find the corner. And it's 3 balls, no strikes on Morisaki. Runner on first for the Sox, that's James Castanola. There's one away here, bottom of the second inning. MacArthur, the pitch. And he cuts the outside corner for a strike. Still a hitter's count for the kid from Honolulu. His 3rd year as an AppleSox. And his 3rd year in the postseason. All 3 years he's been here, playing in August. 3-1 pitch. A mile high for ball 4, and now the Sox have 2 runners on.
Now batting number 25, Paxton Bigby.
And right on cue, Moss is going to go out to have a conversation with MacArthur on the mound. Things getting away from him here in the second. The solo home run from Young to tie up this game. The hit by pitch on Castanola on the very next offering. And now that walk to Morisaki. He's kind of struggling here as Jim Clem, the pitching coach, will go out to have a conversation with him on the mound. And this mound visit is brought to you by the New America Pack. 250 years ago, the spark was lit and New America was forged in the flames. From the New America Performing Arts Center and Jamie Donegan Productions, Hot August Nights features Tony Award-winning Best Musical 1776, July 31st through August 15th at the New America Pack. Tickets for 1776 now on sale at newamericapac.org. And a score 1-1 here in the bottom of the second inning, the North Division Championship game. But you look at the Mariners game today. The Mariners taking on the Yankees. It's currently 4-1. Yankees leading. The Mariners had a solo home run from Randy Rosarena to get them on the board, but now the Yankees are starting to pull away. As you heard there, it's Paxton Bigby up to bat now for the Sox. And he's really hit his stride here in August. He's got a 7-game on-base streak, batting .250 in the playoffs. 4 hits and 2 RBIs for him in total. He's got 2 on and only 1 away. MacArthur, the pitch. That misses the bottom rung. It's ball 1 on Bigby. And the AppleSox dugout starting the tomahawk chop. Trying to get in the head of MacArthur, trying to rattle him. 1-0 count. MacArthur kicks and deals. Bigby rips this down the line, but foul, and it dribbles all the way to the Bells bullpen. Bigby, the kid from Snohomish, playing ball with South Alabama, though, down the southeast part of the country. He's got an even count here as MacArthur delivers. Wave and a miss. Changeup fooled him pretty bad. It's strike 2. And Bigby's got Morisaki at first, Castanola at second, and only 1 away here, bottom of the second inning. MacArthur comes set from his belts. He lifts and delivers. Bigby cranked to right field. Watch it go! His first of the year, a 3-run towering Jeffrey MacArthur doesn't know what hit him. A Bigby bomb to right. And now it's Reese Vassar batting in the 9-hole. The first pitch to him sailed high for ball 1. And this crowd here at Paul Thomas, reinvigorated. 2 big swings, one from Ryder Young, a solo shot, and that 3-run bomb from Bigby. So next offering to Vassar is in there for a strike. Both balls out to right field. And you feel bad for Bryce Johnson out there in right field. He's had to watch both of them sail out of here. Even count on Vassar with 1 away. Here's the pitch. Slider in the turf. He lays off. It's ball 2. And that was Bigby's first of the year. No better time than in this game. Win or go home against your North Division rivals, the one team that could potentially beat you. And you just smacked them in the face. 2-1. Vassar served up to the right side, down the line, and just foul. Touches down about 5 feet to the right of the line. Ryder Young torched that ball the opposite way, floated it out over the right field fence, over Johnson's head. And then Bigby, the left-hand batter, just yanked that ball as hard as he could. Hit it high in the air, and it got out of here in a hurry. There was no doubt about it. 2-2 the count on Vassar. MacArthur needs an out here. The pitch. And fouled through his legs to the AppleSox dugout, and the count stays put. It's 4-1 Wenatchee leading here in the North Division Championship game. They were down 1-0 coming into this frame. They struck for 4 off of 2 big swings. 2-2 pitch. High and outside. That's an obvious take for ball 3, and the count is full. And both these teams fighting for a spot in the West Coast League Championship. The Bells won it all last year, and they're behind by 3 here. Payoff pitch. Popped up, straight back, and out of play. And in the South, it's Corvallis and Ridgefield playing today. Corvallis, a very successful team in the West Coast League. There was a stretch a few years ago where they were just winning back-to-back championships. Another payoff here to Vassar. Ground ball, weak lead is short for Peschke, who scoops it up and throws to first, and that's out number 2. Now, on the other hand, you have Ridgefield, who's been to the playoffs a number of times, but they've never once been to a championship game. They've never quite been to the dance. They've been on the outside looking in. And you look at that matchup in the South, it's 3-0, Corvallis leading, currently in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Meanwhile, here in the bottom of the 2nd, it's 4-1, Sox on top. Solo home run from Ryder Young and a 3-run moonshot from Paxton Bigby to give the Sox the lead. The long ball accounting for all 4 of their runs. Here's Rafael Dunn. First pitch hits him right on the lead leg, and the on-base streak continues for Dunn. Make it 36 games as an AppleSox, and he's yet to have one where he's not been on first base. Here comes Noah Fields. 1 for 1 today, a single in the first. Proved unfruitful. He was caught up in the double play that Landon White hit into. Now he's got a 3-run lead and a runner on first base, but 2 away. MacArthur, the right-hander, will pick off to first, and they can't get Dunn. Man, Dunn flinched towards second, was getting ready to take off. Of course, had to stop on a dime and dive back in and just snuck his hand in. Now, so they know he's wanting to steal here. Fields yet to see a pitch. So MacArthur comes sets. Takes the breath, picks off again, and this time they still can't get him. Dunn just not quite getting off far enough where they can pick him off. But he's itching to steal a base. You can tell it. Come on, Noah. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 2nd. Sox on top, 4-1. Fields at the plates. Dunn at first. They pick off for the 3rd time, and for the 3rd time, Dunn is safe. And the crowd getting anxious. Fields anxious for his first pitch seen in this at-bat. And there's 2 away here. MacArthur sets from his belt, now delivers. Goes to the slider and misses downstairs. It's a big inning for the Sox here. They've scored 4 off of 2 home runs, one from Ryder Young and one from Paxton Bigby. 1-0 pitch. Fields cuts it back foul.
Hey, come on, Noah.
Count evens up at 1-1. Now Fields struggling a bit in the postseason. Those 2 games against Kelowna, only batting $143, but picked up another hit here in the bottom of the first. His 1-1 pitch. And instead, MacArthur will pick off to first again, and again, done is safe. Nice, comfortable day here in Wenatchee. 80 degrees, a nice breeze, and not a cloud in sight. As MacArthur delivers the 1-1. Fields fouls is off his leg and through his legs for a strike. Now Ryder Young, his home run was shot the opposite way to right field, and he carried that 337 feet, just getting over that wall. Now Paxton Bigby, on the other hand, he torched that one. 388, the final distance for Bigby, the Bigby bomb. 1-2 pitch. Fastball yanked outside, and that evens the count at 2s. So yeah, 388, the final distance on Bigby's hits. Whereas Ryder Young's just scraped over the wall at 337. But a home run's a home run. We'll take it. And the Sox lead 4-1. The long ball hasn't been their specialty, but it's showing up here in the postseason. 2-2 pitch. Fields swings and misses, but it gets away from Dylan Moss, and he can't get the throw to first in time. He lost it in the backstop, and Fields advances on the pass ball. And that's the first strikeout tonight for either side, for the Bells and the Sox.
Now batting number 22,
And even though it's a strikeout, it's not an out. The pass ball allows Noah Fields to reach first base. It kicks Dunn into second. Now here comes Landon White. The Sox have officially batted around. Zach Doyle started out this inning. As MacArthur will step off, wants a redo of the signs. Trying to compose himself, this inning getting away from him. And of course started with that solo home run from Ryder Young. Then he hit Castanola on the next pitch, walks Morisaki, and Bigby made him pay. He delivers here to White. Popped up in the infield to the right side. Cassie at first base makes the catch just in foul ground, and that is finally out number 3 here in the bottom of the second inning.
Visit ThreeLakesGolf.com.
A huge inning. They get 4 runs off of 2 big swings. No errors, but they do leave 2 Sox in the dryer. They lead 4-1 here in the North Division Championship game. This one's gonna be a doozy. Don't go anywhere. It's Sox baseball on the AppleSox Radio Network.
Foster parents provide the safety, love, and nurturing every child deserves. Many kids are just looking for someone to talk to have fun with, to share their life with. Interested in being a foster parent? Call K Connections at 888-2006. That's 888-2006. K Connections, enhancing the lives of those they serve at 2121 North Wenatchee Avenue.
The Loop Trail Cafe wish the AppleSox the best of success this season. Locally owned, the Loop Trail Cafe has a great menu for breakfast and lunch. Start your morning off with the local famous zombie or breakfast burrito and a cup of coffee or tea. During the hot summer, you'll find ice cream cones. Get a scoop on the Loop. The Loop Trail Cafe, across from the splash pad in the Riverfront Center building at 1 5th Street, Suite 160 in Wenatchee.
Slide into summer fun at Slidewaters Lake Chelan, your one-stop vacation paradise. With 11 fun-filled water slides. Cruise down the downhill racer. Bolt down their 2 classic Thunder Rapids. With just you on your tube or a party up to 4. Plunge down the completely enclosed Purple Haze. Or float down the lazy river. Slidewaters Lake Chelan. For all the fun adventures, go to slidewaters.com.
Buddy's Home Furnishings has furniture, home electronics, and appliances and computers to suit any home. Whether you're looking for sleek and modern or classic and cozy, Buddy's has furniture for every room that we know you'll love. With our flexible payment options and free delivery and setup, you'll be glad you went with Buddy's. A pair of home runs puts the Sox on the board here in the North Division Championship. A solo home run from Ryder Young, his second of the year, and Bigby gets his first bomb of the summer, a 3-run towering moonshot to give the Sox the lead. Now it's the top of the order for Bellingham, leading off here in the third. Rashad Hayes, as McGrath delivers to him. Fastball on the upper outside corner, cuts it perfectly for a strike. And Ryder Young, like I said, almost a wall scraper, just barely got over the lip of the wall. Whereas Bigby's, he deposited his well over the batting cages and rights. It's no 1 count on Hayes. He's 1 for 1 today. And he crushes this through the left side and out of the reach of Reese Vassar into left field for another hit. Rashad Hayes 2 for 2 today with 2 singles. Hayes getting back on the wagon a bit. He's been struggling in the postseason in those 3 games against Nanaimo. Went hitless in the 3rd game. Now he's got a multi-hit performance, and we're only in the 3rd frame. Now it's Bo Schinkel. Left-handed bat, 0 for 1 today with a pop out to Castanola. As McGrath will pick off to first. Hayes was barely off the base. He gets back in easily. And McGrath, his last outing as an AppleSox was against Kamloops, where he went 6 1/3, only allowing 1 run. A real great performance for him. As he kicks and deals to Schinkel. Line drive to Vassar at short. He's got it. They relay to first, and they got the double play. Hayes tripped up as he was trying to get back. They throw to first, and that's 2 outs here in the 3rd. And things are just not going Bellingham's way. They get a leadoff single and have it wiped away by a little line drive double play right at Reese Vassar. Here's Noah Cassie. And the first pitch to him, center cut for a strike. And so quickly 2 away here in the top of the 3rd. Sox are leading 4 to 1. As Cassie, the kid from Vancouver, wiggles the bat. Here's the 0-1. Swings and misses at the slider away from him. He's behind 0-2. And McGrath is hunting his first strikeout tonight. He struggled against batters with 2 strikes. Let's see if he breaks the pattern. Can he do it? Hits him on the thigh. The fastball at 85 finds some meat on the leg of Cassie. And it's a 2-out hit by pitch to put Cassie on base. Here comes Nate Johnson, left-hand batter. And tall presence, 6'5" from the left side. Pitch from McGrath. On the hands. Popped up to right field and shallow. And Dunn can't make the catch. He was ranging back for the basket grab. He can't get it. It hits out of his leather. And Cassie was really motoring around second. He gets into 3rd with a foot-first slide. And Johnson now at first with that little bloop shot into right. And a familiar sight, the Bells have him on the corners. And that was getting your heart going a little bit. Dunn and Fields converging on it in shallow ground and right. And Dunn was trying to do it himself. And he ends up struggling with it. And brings up Matt Churchill, your DH today. And the first offering to him. Slider in the turf. Morisaki slid on the knees to keep it in front. And it's ball 1. And the margin for error erased here. Runner on 3rd base, that's Noah Cassie. And you got Nate Johnson at first. 2 outs, though, here in the 3rd. McGrath. Long hold. He kicks and deals. Goes to the fastball, and somehow he eludes the bottom rung. Much to the chagrin of the home crowd here. It's 2 balls now on Churchill. He's a sophomore from Puget Sound. All the way from Chaminade, California. His 2-0 pitch. Line drive to second, right at Dunn. Barely had to move, stuck the arm up, makes the catch, and that's the end of the inning. And the Bells are held scoreless here off of 2 hits, no errors, and they leave 2 men on base at the corner. Sox hold on to that 4-1.
With great power comes great responsibility. And here in Chelan County, we take these words to heart. We stand on the shoulders of innovators. These leaders risked everything on hydropower. And today we are responsible to serve the residents of Chelan County. We serve with dedication and grit. And we'll never forget a commitment to make electricity affordable for everyone.
The Numerica Pack. Tickets for $17.76 now on sale at numericapack.org.
Mission Ridge, proud sponsor of AppleSox Baseball, says, let's go, Sox. Hope you're enjoying the game. Head up to the Chair 5 Pub at Mission Ridge. Open Fridays through Sundays all summer long. It's your spot for great food, local drinks, and unbeatable mountain views high above the valley. Whether you're wrapping up a day on the trails, looking to cool off from the summer heat, or just want a relaxed place to hang out with friends and family, the Chair 5 Pub delivers. Keep the good times rolling after the final inning. Visit missionridge.com to learn more.
And the Bells call to the pen here in the bottom of the third. This pitching change brought to you by Valley Tractor. At Valley Tractor Rentals, they promise to deliver best-in-class customer service before, during, and after the sale. Their people make sure that promise is kept. It's Ben McKinnon who takes over for Jeffrey MacArthur on the mound, another right-handed pitcher. And he draws Zach Doyle here to start the third. And the first pitch is over the top rung for a strike. And McKinnon, sophomore from Surrey, British Columbia, currently at Bossier Parish Community College. He's done 2 years there, now with Bellingham. As he winds and delivers the 1-0. And Doyle cuts this back foul to the netting. And McKinnon in his third year now as a Bell. Started in 2024, returned for 2025, and now back for his third season in 2026. He's got an even count on Doyle with nobody on, nobody out. 1-1, Doyle squares the bunt and pops it off the plate, but with some backspin, it carries back into foul grounds. As Moss, the catcher, touches it foul, it's strike two. A bit of a dramatic strike two there. And for McKinnon on the mound, this is his 7th appearance of the year. He's got 2 ERA on the dot, 2.00. He struck out 13 and walked 4. And all of his outings have been in relief. So, one of the mainly relieving arms for the Bells. And, of course, taking over for Jeffrey MacArthur, who spun 2 innings in his start today. Gave up 4 runs off of only 3 hits. 1-2 count on Doyle, the pitch. Ground ball off the hands to second for Hayes. He grabs, he throws, and that's out number 1.
Now batting number 13, Ryder Young.
Here comes Ryder Young. 1 for 1 today with the solo home run in the second, and that really sparked things for the Sox. Got him on the board, tied up the game, and then Bigby did the rest. A 3-run jack to right field to give him the 4-1 lead. First pitch to Ryder Young. Chopped on the ground is short, spits out of the glove of Peschke, but he recovers, picks it up, and throws just in the nick of time to get the outs. Now it was almost bad for Peschke. Would have been a routine play, and he just didn't squeeze it enough. But, of course, shows why he's a good defender. Recovers, doesn't lose his cool, and is able to complete the play. Here's Castanola with 2 outs. And the pitch to him. Fastball away. He does not offer. It's ball 1. And Castanola grew his on-base streak to 27 games with that hit-by-pitch he had in the second on the very first pitch of the at-bat. And the 1-0 pitch. He fouls in and out of the glove of Moss. Count evens at 1. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. It's 4-1 AppleSox leading. Pair of home runs in the second inning. Gave him the lead, tied the game up, and then gave him the lead. It's the 1-1 pitch. A slider from McKinnon that just missed a hair inside. Good take by Castanola. Counts now 2-1. McKinnon set. He winds and he delivers. Hits him on the back. For the second straight at-bat, Castanola wears one high and tight and puts himself on base in the painful way. Well, safe to say Castanola's going to have some bruises tonight. That one there hit off his back, kind of up by his shoulders. Here's Kanoa Morisaki. 2-out base runner for the Sox. Castanola there at first. And Saki drew a walk in the second inning, and of course was one of those runs that was scored via the Bigby bomb to right field. Now McKinnon gets his signs, glances at first and comes set from the stretch for the first time tonight. He delivers to Morisaki, and that's downstairs for a ball. Like we said, McKinnon, a 3-year Bell now. His first summer, he only pitched in 1 game, did 2 2/3 innings of relief, had a 0 ERA, didn't let up any runs. As he comes set, 1-0 count on Saki, batting from the left side. Here's the pitch. It just misses the bottom rail, back-to-back balls. And in his second year as a Bell, he made 3 appearances. All 3 were in relief, and a 3.60 ERA, 5 innings worked. Now finally getting a little bit more action here this summer in his 3rd season. 2-0 pitch. Saki takes this one low and away. 3 balls, no strike. This is a familiar sight. He's got Castanola at first, who reached via the hit by pitch to hit him on the back. And a 4-1 Sox lead. McKinnon kicks and delivers. He bows back into the zone, puts that one just on the bottom rail, and the count now 3-1. Hitters count for Saki, the switch hitting catcher. And he gets a good pitch to hit here, and he could send it over the right field fence. The 3-1 pitch. That's fouled through his legs into the Bellingham dugouts. Full count on Saki. Sox leading 4-1. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. North Division Championship game. Everything on the line for both these teams. McKinnon comes sets. Now fires the payoff to Saki. Up and away, ball 4. It's deja vu, folks. A hit by pitch to Castanola, and now a walk to Morisaki. 2 runners on for Bigby.
Now batting number 25, Bigby.
And this is a scary sight if you're a Bells fan. Last time this happens, 2 runners on, Bigby at the plates. We all know what happened. Launched the ball 388 feet to right field, well over the fence. It was his first of the summer. As McKinnon comes sets, glances to second, and he delivers. Breaking ball floated outside. Bigby didn't even think about offering at it. It's ball 1. He wants a pitch to hit here. He proves that he can hit it, as he did in his last at-bat. The 1-0 offering. And that's right down the gut for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away and 2 on. Pitch to Bigby. Slider outside. That's a ball. And this crowd is anxious for something. They want Bigby to come up big. 2-1 offering. Hit down the left side and well foul. It hits off the roof of the concession stands, right off the concourse. It's a souvenir for someone there on the left field berm. Count evens up at 2-2 with 2 outs and 2 runners on. Bigby batting from the left side. McKinnon pitching from the right side. From the first base half of the rubber. He kicks and he deals. Bigby takes this pitch away. Count fills up at 3-2. And it's a battle now. McKinnon versus Bigby. Full count, 2 outs. Runners are going to be taken off on the pitch. Who wins? Let's see. Upstairs, ball 4. A bad miss from McKinnon puts Bigby on first. Bases juiced for Reese Vassar.
Now batting number 2, Reese Vassar.
Here comes Quincy's brother, Reese, batting from the right side. Bases loaded and 2 outs. Facing off against McKinnon. The right-hander winds and fires. Served up to shallow center field. That's falling fast. That's a base hit. Castanola scores. Morisaki gets on his horse, head first dive into home. He scores as well. A 2-run bloop single for Vassar, and the Sox extend the lead. On the very first pitch, too. Vassar wasted no time. Seeing a pitch he wanted, serving it up softly to shallow center. And scores a pair, Castanola and Morisaki. Now the lineup card flips over again for Raphael Dunn with 2 runners on. Pitch to him. Weak wave and a miss on the breaking ball. Count now 0-1. Sox lead 6-1 after that swing from Vassar. With runners on first and second, Bigby at second, Vassar at first. And there's 2 away here in the third. Now the offering to Dunn. Slider away. Takes it for a ball. And both those runs here in the third come in with 2 outs. It was a ground out from Doyle and then a ground out from Ryder Young to get a pair of outs to start the inning. Then they hit Castanola, walked Morisaki, walked Bigby, and then Vassar with that swing just a few moments ago. The 1-1 pitch. Dunn smacks this to the left center field alleyway. That touches down. That's going to roll to the wall. Bigby scores. They're waving Vassar around third. He's going to score. Dunn wants 3. Foot for a slide. He's in there. He clears the bases with a triple. 8-1. The AppleSox, they lead. Wow.
Batting number 50.
A 4 spot in the second, and now a 4 spot here in the third. The Sox are positively punching the bells in the mouth. Here's the first pitch on the way to Fields. And he cuts and misses on a top shelf fastball. 0-1 the count. And the Bells just don't know what hit them. RBI single from Vassar, and then the bases claim triple from Dunn. He's there at third base now, 90 feet away. 0-1 pitch to Fields. Slider missed just a bit low for ball 1. And all this coming with 2 outs here in the third. The Sox, 2-out production, it's what makes or breaks in good teams in the West Coast League. Here's the 1-1. Off the end of the bat, Q to second on 2 skips. Hayes throws to first. They get the outs, and the side finally retired. But man, the Sox.
So here's what we won't do. We won't let self-doubt win again. Because we're working on something more real. With a coach who doesn't just spot you, but sees the real you. And a personal plan made for wherever you are.
Elbows in.
Because we know fit looks different for you, and her, and them. So that self-doubt, yeah, not today.
Come on, Riley, let's go!
Because you have people who believe in something more real. Like you. That's Anytime Fitness. That's Real AF.
One thing we like, it's choices. Pat Armstrong Ford is the place to start.
The The Sox put their foot on the gas, and they show no signs of stopping here in the North Division Championship game. They lead it 8-1. A four-spot hung there in the bottom of the third. We're into the top of the fourth. It's 8-1. Sox lead. Romnick Keybon leads off for the Bells. McGrath still on the mound. He winds and delivers. And the fastball misses in the attic for a ball. And that was a single from Vassar to score two with the bases loaded. And then Dunn cleared the table with a triple. 1-0 pitch. That's in there for strike two. And the Bells broke this game open with one run scored in the seconds. And after that, it's been all AppleSox. 1-1 pitch. Popped up a mile high in the infield. Dunn, Castanola, and Vassar all converge. And it's Vassar who dives back and makes the catch over his shoulder. Picks up some dust. Man, that got your heart going. And that was almost a Bermuda Triangle situation there with Dunn, Castanola, and Vassar converging right in front of second base. And luckily, Vassar able to be the hero there and make the catch. Here's Dylan Moss, the incoming freshman. He's committed to Stanford for next year. The first pitch to him. Center cut. He takes for a strike. He's got the catching today. 6'1" and 190 pounds. Batting from the right side. McGrath pitching from the right side. With one away and no one on. Here's the pitch. Got him swinging. And strike two now. And McGrath has struggled a bit, finishing on two strikes with some of these batters. Let's see if he breaks the spell for his first strikeout tonight. And he skips the slider in the turf. That caught a piece of Henry DeJesus behind the plates. And they'll give him a second to go for a walk. And it's Henry DeJesus behind the plate. And you got Michael Ames at first. Tom Purchase is umpiring second, and John Schofield is over at third. It's a four-man officiating crew. The first time we've had that here at Paul Thomas. It's usually been two-man crews. As DeJesus, no worse for wear. He's back behind home plate. Count now 1-2 on Moss. And he fouls this one off to the screen. He'll live to see another pitch. Sox lead 8-1 here in the North Division Championship game. In one of the most crucial games of their season. It all came down to this, and they're up big here by 7 runs. 1-2 pitch, got him swinging at the top of the zone. Top shelf heat, and McGrath gets his first strikeout tonight.
With 5 seconds, Washington Lottery is going to give lucky fan Sox for AppleSox fans a match and bat.
Here comes Tyler Peschke, 2 away, no one on. McGrath on the verge of his first 3-up, 3-down inning. He would like to face the minimum here as he kicks and deals. On the hands, popped up to shallow right field. That's falling, and it drops in front of Noah Fields. And it's a 2-out single off the hands of Peschke, and he's able to break up the flawless inning from McGrath. Here comes Bryce Johnson, right-handed batter, 1 on and 2 away. It's the top of the 4th inning, and the Sox are leading 8-1. As McGrath from the stretch, he'll kick and deal. Center cut, and that's a strike. It's win or go home here at Paul Thomas. 1-game series, basically. Whoever wins this will play for a championship on Thursday. 0-1 count on Johnson. McGrath, the breath, and now the pitch. Ground ball to Vassar at short. He'll take it himself at second, wins the foot race, and just beats Peschke to the base. That's out number 3, and that retires the side. No runs off a single hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base.
With a full lineup of vehicles and available powertrains, get your ideal combination of power and capability. With gas, hybrid, or all electric. But more important than the power you choose is what you choose to do with it. Stop by Pat Armstrong Ford today for your vehicle, parts, and service needs. 703rd Street Southeast in East Wenatchee, just up the street from Costco.
Hey,
Summer starts with membership at the Rack. Pack your calendar.
AppleSox is just one more way they show their appreciation for the Wenatchee Valley. When it comes to your finances, it's all about how they can help you move forward with truly personal service, smart financial solutions, and being the local expert by your side when it matters most. In fact, Banner Bank has been named one of the 100 best banks in America by Forbes for 10 straight years and one of Newsweek's best regional banks again this year. Stop by your local Wenatchee branch or visit bannerbank.com. Banner Bank member FDIC.
Landon White leads off bottom of the fourth inning here in the North Division Championship game. McKinnon's still on the mound for the Bells as he kicks and deals. And he gets Landon White to wave and miss on a slider away from him. And McGrath able to hold the Bells scoreless there in the top half of the fourth. The Sox still lead 8-1. As McKinnon will deliver the 0-1 pitch. Goes to the slider and misses downstairs to even the count. Landon White, your hit leader for the AppleSox. He's hitless today. Wants to turn that around. 1-1 pitch, another wave and a miss on the breaking ball. He's got 2 strikes on him. And Landon White 0 for 2. Grounded into an inning-ending double play in the first, and then popped out to Cassie in the second, also to end that inning. He leads off here in the bottom half of the fourth. 1-2 pitch. Skied deep to left field. Wind kills any momentum. It does not have the legs as it falls to Keybon out there and left for the outs. And there's one away in the fourth. And White hit that ball a mile high to left field. But really, that's where balls go to die here at Paul Thomas, especially with the wind blowing towards right. It kills all their spin, all the momentum. And it's really hard to hit one out there. Now it's Zach Doyle. One away and no one on. And the first pitch to him just above the top rung, and it's ball 1. Of course, Landon White did have one out to left field against Victoria. It was him and then Zach Doyle who backed him up for back-to-back bombs. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. An ugly one at that on the fastball away. And strike 1 on Doyle. McKinnon would like a flawless frame here. He got tagged for 4 runs there in the third. 1-1 pitch. And Doyle fouls this straight back. And strike 2. Now he hit Castanola, then walked Morisaki, walked Bigby, so 3 strike-free passes. Then Vassar able to drop a ball into center field to score 2, and then Dunn with a bases-clearing triple. 1-2 pitch. Way outside in a different area code. Goes straight to the backstop, and the count evens at 2s. One away here, bottom of the fourth. 2-2 count on Doyle. McKinnon, the kick, and the pitch. A mile high, ball 3. And that bases clearing triple from Dunn, and he was hyped. Third base, obviously, right off the dugout for the AppleSox, and they were loud. Payoff pitch to Doyle. Grounds this on a few skips to Petschke at short. The throw to first is just in time. They get the out, and there's 2 away.
Now batting number 13, Ryder Young.
Ryder Young now, 2 away, still nobody on. He had the solo home run in the second, 337 feet, just over the fence in right field. It's 325 down the right field line. And the first pitch to him. And the fastball inside, brushed him off the plate. That's a ball. And Johnson out there in right was really giving it a look. He collided with the wall and was trying to rob it. 1-0 pitch. Top shelf swinging. Ryder Young kind of swung out his shoes. And count evens at 1s. And then, a few batters later, Bigby just hit one towering over his head. It's the 1-1 pitch. Another fastball, this time inside again. And Young takes it for a ball. See, I feel bad for Johnson out in right field. A bit demoralizing. 2-1 pitch. On the inside corner for a strike. And Young doesn't agree with the call. He's shaking his head. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs, and still nobody on. McKinnon would like to face the minimum. Can he do it? And Young just gets a piece of this one. Spoils it foul. And we'll see it again. 2-2 still the count, and still 2 outs. McKinnon to end the inning. Grounded up the middle. Peschke gets past him and into center field. Young able to break up the flawless frame. Picks up a 2-out single. And AppleSox have a base runner on.
Now batting number 3, James Castagnola.
Now Castagnola, in his last 2 at-bats, his Horn pitches up and in, both fastballs. He's just got a magnet on him today. Been wearing them in those back-to-back at-bats. Pitch to him. Skipped in the turf about 5 feet in front of home plate. Kicks off the shoulder of Moss to the backstop, and Ryder Young will coast into second base. And so it was a ball on Castagnola. 1-0 the count with still 2 outs. But a runner on second base now, Ryder Young. Sox are leading 8-1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Getting close to the midway points. It's a winner-go-home game. 1-0 pitch on the way to Castagnola. Fastball away. He does not offer. It's ball 2.
Everybody clap your hands.
And 92 miles an hour on the heater from McKinnon, who took over for MacArthur in the 3rd. And fresh out of the pen, McKinnon got hit around there by the AppleSox. 2-0 pitch. Castagnola, chopper to the left side. Johnson at 3rd. Collects it and skips and throws to 1st for the out, and that will retire the side. AppleSox are held scoreless here in the 4th, off of 1 hit, no errors. They do leave 1 man on.
Calendar with camp rack, swim and tennis lessons, summer swim team, indoor and outdoor pickleball, tennis tournaments, play programs, and so much more. It is so easy and fun for the whole family to stay active and fit all summer long when you join the rack.
So here's what we won't do. We won't let self-doubt win again. Because we're working on something more real. With a coach who doesn't just spot you, but sees the real you. And a personal plan made for wherever you are.
Elbows in.
Because we know fit looks different for you, and her, and them. So that self-doubt, yeah, not today.
Come on, Riley, let's go!
Because you have people who believe in something more real. Like you. That's Anytime Fitness. That's Real AF.
Tee it up at the Three Lakes Golf Club in Malaga. Give us a call for your next tee time. Visit Three Lakes Golf.
Whether it's home and auto or farm and business insurance, we have the markets and the people to get you the right coverage at competitive prices. We are here to provide help before you need it. Let's talk today.
Lipke Insurance. Call 888-902-1800. Online at lipke.com.
At Banner Bank, we're excited to cheer on the Wenatchee AppleSox at home and away games. Banner Bank, member FDIC. We're huge fans of local sports in the community and proud to support AppleSox baseball. We hope to see you at the ballpark. Banner Bank, member FDIC. Top of the order, 2 up here for the Bells in the top of the 5th. It's Rashad Hayes, Bo Schinkel, and Noah Cassie, your 3 guaranteed Bells. Sox are leading 8-1. 4 spot put up in the 2nd, and another 4 spot put up in the 3rd. They were held scoreless there in the 4th. McGrath still on the mound for Wenatchee. Kicks and deals to Hayes. Slider on the inside corner, perfectly placed. It's strike 1 to start out Hayes. He's 2 for 2 today. Singled in the 1st, singled in the 3rd. Both times he was leading off those frames. As McGrath will wind and fire. And he pulled the fastball too low, and he evens the count at once. And Hayes kind of breaking a little cold streak he hit in the playoffs. He was batting 181 in those 2 games against the Nanaimo Night Owls. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Chop to 3rd. Castagnola on the forehand, just gets it in the glove. Throws on the run. Bigby with the stretch. He's got it for the catch and the outs. Now it's Bo Schinkel. 1 away and no one on. And good play there from Castanola. A little chopper shallow to third. He really had to come in to get the glove to it. Almost ate him up, but he was able to make the play. Here's pitch to Schinkel. Slider almost on the back foot. He takes, and that's ball 1. Now Schinkel 0 for 2 today. Pop out to Castanola in the first, and then line into a double play to Vassar at shorts, where they were able to double up Rashad Hayes. And the 1-0 pitch. Hits this foul down the left side and into the parking lot. And Rashad Hayes on that double play got just a little bit too far off of first. And the line drive right at Vassar. And then he tripped over his own feet trying to dive back. Made it for an easy double play. 1-1 count. Pitch to Schinkel. Hits it foul to the left side again. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. McGrath got his first strikeout last inning. He would like 2. He'd like to get Schinkel. 1-2. The pitch. Lined right back up the middle. Schinkel sends it back to where it came from. Rolls all the way to Doyle in center. And that's a single to put him on base. That's no Cassie now. He's reached base in both his times up to the plate. A hit by pitch in the third, and he drew a walk in the first. He's got a runner on now. Schinkel at first base with 1 away. We're in the top of the 5th inning. McGrath will pick off to first, and Schinkel in safely. And Schinkel, another guy you got to keep your eye on. Co-leads the team for stolen bases at 13. Of course, lost that title to Hayes earlier today, who stole in the first. So now Hayes has the team lead. First pitch on the way. Cassie fouls off the hands into the netting. It's 0-1. And the Sox leading this game 8-1. The North Championship game. Winner of this goes on to play for the West Coast League Championship. 0-1 count on Cassie. McGrath delivers. Swing and a miss. Fastball high and away. Cassie chased it, and now he's got 2 strikes. And the Sox were in the championship game in 2024. And they lost to Portland. They were on the doorstep and just came up short. 0-2 count with 1 away. McGrath's pitch. Cracked deep to right center field, carrying back, and that one hops the wall. Schinkel, they're waving him around third. He's going to score easily. Cassie coasts into second, a stand-up double to score 1, and they cut into the lead. Beautiful swing from Cassie, hits to the deep part of right center field. And that takes one back for Bellingham. They were down 8-1, now only down 8-2. It starts with 1. Here comes Quincy Vassar to go talk to McGrath, who's gotten into some trouble throughout this game, but for the most part has been able to get out of it. He was able to hold the Bells to only 1 run in the second when they had the bases loaded, and now coughs one up here in the 5th inning. And this mound visit brought to you by People's Bank. People's Bank wants to help you buy your dream home. From buying the land to building the house, local lenders and local decisions. Welcome home. Welcome to People's Bank. And it's also brought to you by This Day in Baseball History, presented by NCW News, the NCW News Network. Accurate and intensely local news from North Central Washington. Check ncw.news for community stories every day. And St. Johnson batting now for the Bells with runner on second base and 1 away. And on this day, August 11th, 2024, Quincy Vassar tossed a complete game as the AppleSox kept their season alive with a 9-1 win over the Victoria Harbor Cats in Game 2 of the North Division Series at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. McGrath delivers to Johnson. Slider just misses away for a ball. Vassar fired his second complete game of the summer with 118 pitches and struck out 8 batters. That's the most Quincy thing I've ever read. Complete game on 118 pitches. Here's the pitch on the way to Nate Johnson. And he smokes this down the right field line, but fouled by a very good amount. Yeah, Vassar, your pitching coach for the AppleSox. And a Wenatchee legend. Has pitched here for quite a few years. Now, obviously, on the pitching staff. on the coaching staff, I should say. And he's really built a pitching staff here in Wenatchee that's dominated in the West Coast League. 1-1 offering on the way from McGrath. Misses low and away. It's ball 2. And Quincy, really Mr. AppleSox. Played here for a number of years, now on the coaching staff. Chances are he'll be here for a while. He loves this town, loves this team. He wants to see them win. 2-1 count. McGrath, the kick in the pitch. Off the end of the bat and foul. Count evens at 2s. No Cassie there at second base. He had the double to deep right center field to score Schinkel. It's 8-2. Sox are still leading. But the Bells, if anyone could come back against Wenatchee, it would be Bellingham. No better time to do it here in this game. The 2-2 pitch. High and away. Good take by Johnson. Count is full. And there's one out here in the top of the 5th. Runner on second for Bellingham. Nate Johnson at the plates. He's 1 for 2 today. Full count on it. McGrath. Here's the payoff. He hits this. High and deep to right field. Field settles underneath it and makes the catch in front of the warning track. Cassie tags at second and skips into third. He's 90 feet away with 2 outs here in the 5th. Now it's Matt Churchill, DHing today for the Bellingham Bells, 1 for 2 with a single back in the 2nd. And runner 90 feet away. 8-2, Sox leading. And the Bells have struck for 1 already in this frame. As McGrath from the first base half of the rubber, with his right toe just barely on the rubber. He'll kick and deal. Slider low and away in the turf. It kicks up some rubber, and that is ball 1. Looking at the Mariners game, the Yankees took down Seattle 4-1. And that happens a lot. 1-0 pitch. Slider in there for a strike. And the Mariners hitting a bit of a skid here in June, July, and August. 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 outs and a runner on. Pitch from McGrath. Fouled back into the glove of Morisaki. It's strike 2 on Churchill. McGrath would love to strand Cassie at third and hold the Bells to just 1 run here in the 5th. 1-2 count. Let's see what he does. Outside corner just misses for ball 2. And the home crowd here making themselves heard. The unpaid officials don't agree with the call. 2-2 the count with 2 away. The pitch. Fouled off the end of the bats. And Churchill being a pest with 2 strikes. And McGrath up to 70 pitches now. And we're just in the 5th inning. Ran into some trouble in the 1st and the 2nd as well. But has been able to get out of dodge multiple times. 2-2 count. To retire the side. Slider missed in the turf. Morisaki wears it off the body, and the count fills on Churchill. And a runner 90 feet away. That's Cassie. He had the double to score Schinkel. It's 8-2 Sox here in the top of the 5th inning. Full count on Churchill with 2 outs. Who wins the battle? Lines over Castagnola's head at third. It drops into left field. Cassie walks home. An allowed RBI single for Churchill with 2 outs, and it's now 8-3. Sox still leading the Bellingham Bells, inching closer.
Now batting number 1, Dominic Devon.
Here comes head coach Mitch Darlington out to the mounds. There goes Sean McGrath. They got everything they could out of him, pitching 77 pitches here in the North Division Championship game. They call to the pen, and we'll meet who they bring out here in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. It's Sox Baseball on the AppleSox Radio Network.
Your official radio station for the Wenatchee AppleSox is Sunny FM. KCSY Twist, the greatest hits of all time. Batter up for a big milestone. A proud sponsor of today's game, the Salcedo Group of Companies, is celebrating 25 years of trusted HVAC, electrical, and development work in our valley. Beyond their expertise, Salcedo is hitting it out of the park with philanthropy, generously supporting over 70 nonprofits, churches, and schools across Chelan, Douglas, and Grant counties. They're proud to be locally grown and committed to keeping our valley a great place to call home. Thank you, Salcedo Group of Companies.
NCW.news is your source for accurate and intensely local news across North Central Washington. Part of Ward Media, an independent company committed to local journalism, NCW.news provides stories from our network-respected community newspapers. Stay informed with news from the Lake Chelan Mirror, Leavenworth Echo, Cashmere Valley Record, Quad City Herald, and Wenatchee Business Journal. With over 100 years recording the region's history, NCW.news and Ward Media keep communities engaged on the issues that matter most. Visit ncw.news for local news you can trust.
Hit a home run with LocalTel Communications. For over 40 years, we've been Central Washington's trusted telecom provider, delivering fast internet and reliable phone service. Whether you're streaming the big game, video chatting with loved ones, or running your business smoothly, LocalTel has you covered. Join the LocalTel family today and enjoy the best connectivity in the region. Visit us at localtel.com to learn more.
Summer starts with membership at the Rack. Pack your calendar with camp, rack, swim, and tennis lessons, summer swim team, indoor and outdoor pickleball, tennis tournaments, play programs, and so much more. It is so easy and fun for the whole family to stay active and fit all summer long when you join the Rack. Summer classes and camps are filling fast, so don't delay. Call the Rack today. That's Wenatchee Racket and Athletic Club, or use the Rack app for program registration. See all the details at rack.org or call 662-3544. The Rack, where we play every day.
Joe Thornton comes out of the pen for the AppleSox. He's facing Romney Keybon. He's got 2 strikes on him with 2 outs. To retire the side. He misses with the slider away. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Keybon. And Thornton, the lefty from Tenasket, coming out of the pen, making his 10th appearance of the summer. 5 of them have been starts. Now moved into a reliever role here for playoffs. 1-2 counts. Thornton to retire the side. He got him. Wave and a miss on the slider. And Thornton able to strike.
With great power comes great responsibility. And here in Chelan County, we take these words to heart. We stand on the shoulders of innovators. These leaders risked everything on hydropower. And today we are responsible to serve the residents of Chelan County. We serve with dedication and grit. And we'll never forget a commitment to make electricity affordable for everyone.
So here's what
Calls to the pen here, going into the bottom of the fifth inning. This pitching change brought to you by the Tap Room by Hellbent. Are you ready to embark on a flavor-filled journey right in the heart of the Wenatchee Valley? Well, look no further than the Tap Room by Hellbent Brewing, where the vibrant energy of Pybus Market meets the delightful world of craft beer and gourmet cuisine. So just 2 innings of relief for Ben McKinnon. Now his day is done. They hand it off to Caden Nichols, he's a left-hander this time, actually, shaking things up. He's the incoming freshman from Grass Valley, California. He's heading to Cal Poly next year, so he'll be playing with Sean McGrath, who got the start today for the AppleSox. And he's facing Kanoa Morisaki to start things in the fifth. Sox leading 8-3 in the North Division Championship game as Nichols, the left-hander, from the stretch, delivers. Misses low for a ball. And Nichols, this is his 6th appearance of the summer. He has made 2 starts, but mainly relief for him. He's got 5 ERA on the dots. 1 ball, no strikes on Saki. Pitch to him. Inside and just barely missed him. It almost hit Kanoa on the leg. That's ball 2. And Saki, pair of walks today. Walked in the second, walked in the third, came out to score both times. The first one, he scored off the 3-run home run from Paxton Bigby, his first home run of the year. He's got a 2-0 count here. Now batting from the right side, as Nichols will lift and deliver. Fouled back, and that takes a chunk out of Henry De Jesus, the home plate umpire. He's going to go for a walk again. And Saki is switch-hitting catcher, and thus why he's now batting from the right side. Started today batting from the left side against MacArthur and McKinnon, the pair of righties. And now has to swap sides. As De Jesus is a little shaken up by this, taking a long time here to collect himself. As John Schofield, the third base umpire, will go talk to him, make sure that he is okay. Again, the Sox leading 8-3 here in this game. The North Division Championship game. Whoever wins this is on to the championship for the West Coast League. And the Sox, last time they won a championship was 2012. It was 14 years ago. It's been a long time. They've been to the dance quite a few times, but haven't quite been able to do the tango. So 2 balls and 1 strike on Morisaki. De Jesus, he's ready to go. Just got his bell rung there. As Saki digs back in from the right side, Nichols gets his signs, and the left-hander from the first base half of the rubber will deliver. And he just misses the upper outside corner. It's ball 3 on Saki. And Nichols, pretty highly ranked out of high school. He was the 67th ranked first baseman in the nation. Of course, 2-way player, pitching here with the Bells. 3-1 pitch. Saki cuts it back to Moss's glove, and that fills the count at 3-2. And Nichols taking over for Bellingham here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It was MacArthur who got the start. McKinnon took over for him in the 3rd. And now it's Nichols in the 5th. Payoff on the way to Saki. Line right to 3rd, right at Nate Johnson, who catches it, flinching as he made the grab. And that ball was hit hard off the barrel. 96 miles an hour right at him. And that is a very loud out number 1. And here's Paxton Bigby. A 3-run jack in the 2nd inning. And kicked off a 4-run inning for him. Pitch on the way to him. That's down low, below the knees, and that's a ball. It was a solo home run from Young to get the scoring started. Then 2 runners got on base, and Bigby brought them all home with 1 swing. It was 388 feet to right field and got out of here in a hurry. You could tell right off the bats. And then the Sox hung another 4 spot in the 3rd, where Castanolo got hit by a pitch with 2 outs. 2-out walk to Morisaki after that. Another walk to Paxton Bigby, who's now batting. And then Reese Vassar was able to make McKinnon pay there with a softly served up single up the middle to tally 2. And then, of course, Rafael Dunn, the kid from San Diego, able to clear the bases with a triple. 1-0 pitch. Here it is to Bigby. And that's perfectly on the bottom rung for a strike. Again, the Sox lead 8-3. Bells and Sox, two of the best teams in the league, duking it out here. 1-1 pitch. Flinched the hands, but holds up on the slider in the turf. 2 balls, 1 strike now. And there's 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Nichols, left-handed pitcher. Bigby, left-hand batter. The offering. And he's late on this fastball and fouls it off down the left side onto the roof of the concession stand and into the parking lot. And Nichols, like we said, on his way to Cal Poly. Playing at the Division I level, fresh out of high school. 2-2 pitch. Lines to right field, dropping fast. It skips into Johnson in right field. It's a single for Bigby, his second hit of the night. There's really no one hotter than Bigby right now. Came into this game on a bit of a hot streak with a red-hot bats after those 2 games against Kelowna and picked up right where he left off with that 3-run home run. Now the single here in the 5th with 1 away. That's the bottom of the order, Reese Vassar now. 1 away, but 1 on. Pitch from Nichols. High and tight for a ball. And Reese, obviously Quincy Vassar's younger brother. Playing with the Sox here in the postseason, adding some depth to this team. 1-0 pitch. Swings through it. Can't catch up to it. 1 ball, 1 strike now. And Reese is 1 for 2 today. That 2-run RBI single in the 3rd. 1 balls and 1 strike. With 1 out, pitch from Nichols. And the curveball dances in for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 1 away here in the 5th, and 1 runner on for Wenatchee. That's Bigby at first. Had the single just a second ago. Nichols pitch. Vassar cuts this back foul right to the glove of Moss. He squeezes it. That's strike 3, and that's out number 2.
Number 16, Raphael Dunn.
Here comes Raphael Dunn. 2 away, but 1 runner on. From the last time Dunn batted with 2 outs, that was that triple to deep left center field. He shot the opposite way. He's got a runner on first, but 2 away. The offering from Nichols. Hits this high in the air, but shallow to left. And it hangs up for Keybon, who's there for the catch, and that's the side. Retired.
We won't do. We won't let self-doubt win again. Because we're working on something more real. With a coach who doesn't just spot you, but sees the real you. And a personal plan made for wherever you are.
Elbows in.
Because we know fit looks different for you, and her, and them. So that self-doubt, yeah, not today.
Come on, Riley, let's go!
Because you have people who believe in something more real. Like you. That's Anytime Fitness. That's Real AF.
One thing we like, it's choices. Pat Armstrong Ford is the place to start. With a full lineup of vehicles and available powertrains, get your ideal combination of power and capability. With gas, hybrid, or all electric. But more important than the power you choose is what you choose to do with it. Stop by Pat Armstrong Ford today for your vehicle, parts, and service needs.
Clinic Pharmacy is your friendly Health Mart pharmacy ready to serve you. They've made it their goal to meet the special healthcare needs of families throughout North Central Washington. Stop in or use their convenient drive-thru to get all your questions answered and prescriptions filled. Wenatchee Clinic Pharmacy, 509-662-5801 and at 820 North Chelan.
Joe Thornton back up on the mound for the AppleSox. He took over from McGrath in the 5th and got the strikeout on Keybon to end that inning. Now he faces off against Dylan Moss to start things in the 6th. In the first pitch, Moss goes after it, hits it high, but hits it foul to the right side. And Sox lead 8-3 here in the North Division Championship game. And these two teams have been nipping at each other's heels all year. Now it pays off in today's game. 0-1 pitch. Moss, an ugly swing and a miss on a slider on his back foot. And now 2 strikes on him. Thornton got the strikeout to slam the door in the 5th. And does he get his second tonight to start the 6th? And he skips the fastball in the turf. It's ball 1. And Moss committed to Stanford for next year. He's an incoming freshman. He'll join Rashad Hayes there in Northern California. 1-2 count. Thornton, the pitch. Pops straight up and straight back over the press box and out of play. And Rashad Hayes just finished his first year at Stanford. He's here on the Bells in the leadoff spot. And he'll be seeing Dylan Moss there next spring. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Moss, who is 1 for 2 today. Singled in the 2nd and struck out swinging in the 4th. The 1-2. And it's in the turf again. Spits up some rubber. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And Thornton, the lefty from Tonasket, in his 3rd year as an AppleSox. 3rd year in the postseason as well. 2-2. Grounded hard down the third base line and through the legs of head coach Reiger for the Bellingham Bells. He's coaching 3rd. He almost just took one in the goodie bag. Count stays put at 2-2. No outs and no one on. Moss leading off here in the top of the 6th. As Thornton, the lefty, steps back, kicks and deals. Oh, that is pretty. The sweeper right down the gut. Moss didn't know what to do with it, and he gets him looking to start the 6th. And it drags up Tyler Peschke, the starting shortstop today for Bellingham. 1 for 2. Singles in the 4th, and had a sac fly in the 2nd to score the very first run. And as Thornton, the breath and the pitch. And he yanked the fastball away. It's ball 1. And the Sox lead 8-3 here in the North Decider. Who will go and play to represent the North Division in the championship? 1-0 pitch on the way. Slider missed it outside for ball 2. And Thornton from Tonasket. His family owns a bunch of orchards there up north here past Wenatchee. 2-0 pitch. It's high and tight, but on the corner for a strike. And the wildfires that came through up by Chelan really hit his family's farm pretty hard. His sister, Apple Girl Kate's famous agricultural influencer. 2-1 pitch is skipped to the left side. Vassar gloves it on the run, throws across his body, and they got the out. How about that? What a play. Thornton tips his cap to Vassar. A highlight reel play, looking like Jeter there at shorts, and they take a hit away from Peschke. Wow. That ball hit almost perfectly to the 6 hole. Vassar ran all the way over, extended out his glove, and then just hopped in the air, throwing across his body, a hope and a prayer to first base, and Bigby dug it out of the ground to complete the play. Now it's Bryce Johnson with 2 outs, and the pitch to him. Ugly swing and a miss on the sweeper. 1 strike on him. And Thornton would love a 3-up, 3-down inning here. It'll be the first time tonight that the Sox would sit down the side in order. Johnson, the 9-hole hitter, 0 for 2 today. As Johnson breathes and delivers. Missed downstairs, that's a ball. And man, what a play by Vassar there. Able to really take a hit away from Peschke. And also, you got to give props to Bigby. Full stretch, full effort, and the pick. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Changeup gets him to cut through. And he's got 2 strikes on him. For his 2nd strikeout of the inning and his 3rd tonight, and to slam the door. Here it is. Ground ball to the left side. Castanola dives. It hits off his glove. And that will put Johnson on base. And they couldn't make that one work. Castanola trying to be the hero. And ends up allowing Johnson to reach first base. To hit off the leather of Castanola. Vassar was backing him up, but couldn't quite get to it to complete the play. And goes down as a single for Johnson. His first hit of the ball game. And now it's top of the order, Rashad Hayes. As Thornton looks to first and now pitches. Swing and a miss on the changeup that disappeared on Hayes. No balls, one strike. And the Sox lead 8-3 here in the top of the sixth inning. A little more than halfway through this game. Runner on first for the Bells and 2 outs. Thornton's pitch. Sweeper downstairs. Hayes does not offer. It's ball 1.
Merry Christmas.
1 ball and 1 strike. 2 away and a runner on first base for Bellingham. Thornton set from his belt. He kicks and he deals. Inside it jackknifes Hayes away. They check down and he did not go. Now Hayes 2 for 3 today. Singled in the first to start this ball game. Singled in the third and got caught in a double play. And then grounded out to Castanola in the 5th. 2-1 pitch to him. Jackknifed again. It's ball 3 inside. Hitters count for Hayes. 3 balls and 1 strike, but 2 outs. Thornton would love to wiggle off the hook here after allowing that 2-out single to Johnson. He's set. Third base half of the rubber. 3-1. Upstairs. Ball 4. And Hayes is on to first base. Only the second walk that the pitching staff has given up today by the AppleSox. 1 from McGrath and now 1 from Joe Thornton. Took over from McGrath in the 5th with 2 outs and was able to get the strikeout to end it. Now he's in a bit of a situation. 2 runners on, but 2 outs. And it's Bo Schinkel. Here's the pitch. On the hands, grounded, a chopper to first. Bigby's got it, flips to Thornton. He wins the foot race and gets the outs. Thornton beats out his teammate Schinkel for out number 3, and that retires the side. No runs scored for the Bells off of 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We're into the bottom half of the 6th, where the AppleSox still lead 8-3 on the AppleSox Radio Network.
NCW.News is your source for accurate and intensely local news.
With great power comes great responsibility. And here in Chelan County, we take these words to heart. We stand on the shoulders of innovators. These leaders risked everything on hydropower. And today we are responsible to serve the residents of Chelan County. We serve with dedication and grit. And we'll never forget a commitment to make electricity affordable for everyone.
Skidster? Buy a Kubota. You want the best-selling diesel zero-turn mower? Buy a Kubota. You want the best? Buy a Kubota. Kubota Valley Tractor since 1948, Baker Flats, East Wenatchee.
Noah Fields leads off for Wenatchee here, bottom of the 6th inning, more than halfway through this North Division Championship game. Nichols still on the mound for the AppleSox, the left-hander, as Fields climbs in from the right side. Nichols from the stretch with no one on, delivers to Fields. That's upstairs for a ball. And here in the bottom of the 6th, it's time for the WCL Scoreboard Report presented by Exala Wellness. Visit exalawellness.com today and discover holistic, non-invasive care tailored just for you. As Fields digs back in, Nichols agrees on a sign. Now comes Sets, and now delivers. Fields cuts it back to the netting for foul ball. So this game, obviously 8-3, Wenatchee leading, bottom of the sixth. Then you look down to the south, and the Corvallis Knights are winning in that game 5-2 over the Richfield Raptors, bottom of the fifth inning. So that game about halfway through, and Corvallis just holding on to a 3-run lead. 1-1 pitch to Fields. Swing and a miss on the sweeper, and that's strike two. And you could tell Fields saw it out of the hands, could see that it was going to be good to hit, and just rushed his swing to it. Now he's got 2 strikes on him, 1-2 the count. Nichols for the strikeout to start the inning. Misses high and away pretty badly, and the count evens at 2s. And for the Sox, if you win here today, you go on to play either Corvallis or Ridgefield, depending on who wins that game. Right now, it's Corvallis on top. Right now, it's the Sox on top, 8-3 over the Bells. Nichols set from the Belts. He kicks and deals. High and away again. Full count now on Fields. And Fields 1 for 3 today. A single in the first. Struck out in the second, but it was a drop third strike, and he reached second base. And then he grounded out to second back in the third. And here's the payoff to him. Hits it foul, and Fields stays alive. Again, Wenatchee leading 8-3 here in the North Championship game. And these two teams have faced each other quite a bit. This year, years prior, Bells and Sox, and a rivalry as old as time. Still a full count on Fields, and here's another payoff to him. High and tight for ball 4. Leadoff walk to Fields. He works a quality at bats. Now there's a runner on for Landon White.
Now batting number 22, Landon White.
And if there's anyone due for a hit right now, it's Landon White. He's 0 for 3 today. With a ground out, a pop out, and a fly out. He's got Fields at first as Nichols delivers to him. Floats the breaking ball in for a strike. A real picture-perfect day today in Wenatchee. It's currently 75 degrees, sun going down. Sun a nice light shade of blue. And the wind blowing a little bit towards right. Nichols. Long hold. Here's a pitch. Misses the bottom outside corner, and that's ball 1. And the Bells wearing their gray jerseys on the road. Gray tops, gray bottoms. Sox wearing their red jerseys with the white pants. And the Sox, 13 wins and 2 losses when they wear red. It's one of their best jerseys. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on the slider. They got him pretty bad. And now Landon White behind the count, 1-2. He would not like to go down here. He's 0 for 3, does not want to go 0 for 4. Having a rough day at the plates. Nichols agrees on a sign. Looks to first. Looks again. Now delivers. Now he'll pick off to first instead. He fooled me up here in the press box. Checking in on Fields at first. And of course, Fields drawing the leadoff walk to start this inning. We're in the bottom of the sixth. This 8-3. Wenatchee leading by 5 runs. As Nichols sets. Now delivers the 1-2. Landon White, ground ball through the right side and past the diving Cassie. Fields will put on the brakes at second. Everyone up 90 feet. And Landon White gets his first hit of the game.
Now batting number 33, Zach Doyle.
Here comes Zach Doyle. And that hit there is annoying for first baseman. I was a first baseman myself. When you're holding the runner on at first and someone hits a ball to the right side, you're holding the runner on, you just aren't there to make the play. As Nichols will pick off to second base, just lofts the throw to Peschke. There's runners on first and second here for Wenatchee. Fields at second base. Landon White at first. Just got the single a second ago. Now Zach Doyle at the plate. Left-handed batter as Nichols. Here's the pitch. Fastball in there for a strike. And Doyle similarly due for a hit. He's 0 for 3. All 3 ground outs. 2 to short, 1 to seconds. And he's behind this count 0-2. With no outs and 2 on. The pitch from Nichols. Check swing at the top of the zone. He went around, and that is strike 2. Our scoreboard was wrong. Said it was 0-2 when it was 0-1. No outs and 2 runners on. 2 strikes on Doyle. Sox up 8-3. And Nichols running through the signs again. Finally finds one he likes. Here's the 0-2 to Doyle. Slider hits this high to right field, but shallow. Johnson lost it in the lights. And that ball touches down on the warning track. That's going to score Noah Fields. That's going to score Landon White. They're going to hold Doyle at third. They finally get it in. What should have been a pop out to deep right is a bases clearing triple, and the Sox have put up double digits here in Wenatchee. Wow.
Let's get loud, AppleSox fans.
And you could tell right away that Johnson lost it. He came in, threw up his hands, his hat fell off, and he was just completely lost. That was embarrassing. Ball gets behind him, bounces on the warning track, one hops the wall. And Noah Fields and Landon White, or basically, Landon White was in Noah Fields' back pocket. They both were taken off. Fields was waiting to see if that was going to be caught. Landon White was already taken off, and both of them just hot on each other's trail. Both score, and Doyle winds up with a triple. And that is just really comical at the end of the day. It's 10-3 now. Sox leading by 7 runs. Brings up Ryder Young. Multi-hit game for him. Home run in the second and a single in the fourth. With runner on third, here's the pitch to him. Line through the left side and into left field. The third hit tonight for Ryder Young. It scores. Zach Doyle. It's 11-3. The Sox aren't stopping anytime soon. And the pitching staff for Bellingham are struggling here in the North Division Championship game. Here comes the coach for Bellingham. They got a man warming up in the bullpen. The question is this it for Nichols, who is running into some trouble here in the 6th inning? 3 straight hits. A single from Landon White, the triple from Zach Doyle, and now the single from Ryder Young. And this mound visit is brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Farmers Market. Celerity Credit Union presents the Wenatchee Valley Farmers Market every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the West Lot of Pybus Public Markets. As the coach for Bellingham will break up the meeting and head back to the dugout, they're keeping Nichols in the game for the time being. Like I said, they do have a man warming up in the bullpen. Here comes James Castanola. Runner on first and still no outs here in the 6th. It's 11-3, Sox leading. They've struck for 3 runs here in the 6th inning. Fields started this off with a leadoff walk. Then it was Landon White who singled to get himself on base. And then the bases clearing triple from Doyle. Here's the first pitch to Castanola. Skipped in the turf. It just barely kicks away from Moss. But he gets to it quickly, and Young stays put at first. And then the RBI single for Ryder Young. A little sherry on top to score Doyle. He's lined it through the left side and into left field. 1 ball, no strikes on Castanola as Nichols delivers. Swing and a miss on the fastball, high and away, and it evens the count. And Castanola was hit by a pitch twice today. First in the second, where he took one basically almost on the helmets. Then the second one in the 3rd inning on his back. The 1-1 pitch, so breaking ball that just can't find the zone is ball 2. And it extends his on-base streak to 27 games. He had 26, now 27. He's really been captain consistent for the AppleSox. 2-1 pitch. Just downstairs, good take, it's ball 3. Hitters count for Castanola with a runner on first. Still no outs here in the bottom of the sixth. Nichols. Here's the offering. Inside for ball 4. Just missed hitting Castanola for the third time tonight. It's a walk to now set up runners on first and second.
Now batting number 11, Kanoa Murasaki.
Here comes Coach Reiger, and that's it for Nichols. A disastrous inning for him here in the bottom of the sixth. Gives up 3 runs off of 3 hits. And they're going to call to the pen, and we'll meet the new face here in just a little bit. Hey, don't go anywhere. It's Sox baseball. They lead 11-3 on the AppleSox Radio Network.
AppleSox fans, summers are hot, and the last thing you want is to turn on your car's AC and out blows hot air. Get your air conditioner recharged at Mid-Valley Automotive for just $287.74. And keep cool. This includes 2 pounds of 134A Freon. Mid-Valley Automotive works on all foreign and domestic models. Mid-Valley Automotive, 270 East Penny Road in Wenatchee.
This summer, splash your cares away and create unforgettable memories. Treat your family and friends to Slidewaters Lake Chelan. Overlooking the majestic Lake Chelan Valley, Slidewaters is your one-stop vacation paradise with 11 fun-filled water slides. Cruise down the downhill racers, slide down the completely enclosed Purple Haze, walk down the Lazy River, and the kids will love the Aqua Zoo. Their well-trained, friendly staff will ensure your stay is safe and lots of fun. Slidewaters Lake Chelan, now open through Labor Day. Visit slidewaters.com for more information.
Hear that? That's the plumpest, juiciest hot dogs you've ever seen getting their grill on. But we both know what'll make it sound even better. Oh yeah, it's a Pepsi to go with your hot dog. Because when you're chomping on America's favorite meal, relish, mustard, and onions perfectly blending into a crescendo of flavor, there's only one thing that makes everything about that moment better. A cold, refreshing Pepsi. See what I mean? It's like music to my ears. Hot dogs. Better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Just 1 inning of relief for Caden Nichols, the left-hander, and he is done. He gets into some trouble here in the bottom of the sixth. Some calamity off of 3 straight hits from the AppleSox. A single from Landon White, then a triple from Doyle, and the RBI single from Ryder Young to tally 3 runs in this frame. And now he hands it off for James Connolly, right-handed pitcher out of Shoreline, Washington, currently at Olympic College. And he's making his 3rd appearance of the summer. All have been in relief. He's got 6 ERA on the dot. He struck out 5, but also walked 5 as well. Here comes Kanoa Murasaki. Runners on first and second base for Saki. Castanola at first, Young at second. And Murasaki still hitless today. Drew a pair of walks and then lined out to third back in the 5th. No outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Sox lead 11-3. They've extended their lead. As Connolly, right-hander, delivers. Saki squares to bunt. He just puts the barrel to it, but hits it foul down the left side. And strike 1. So 0-1 the count on Saki. Batting from the left side now. He started today batting from the left side. Switched to the right side to face off against Nichols, the left-hander. And now flips back to a left-hand batter. He's a switch-hitting catcher. More like a utility player for the Sox. 0-1 offering. Just high and just away. The count evens at 1s. And this game, not what many fans were expecting. It's 11-3. The Sox leading by quite a bit. 1-1 pitch on the way. That eludes the top rung. It's ball 2. And the Sox and the Bells have a history for 1-run ball games. That's what you saw last year in the division series, where both teams took turns handing each other one-run losses. Of course, the Bells were able to win that series and move on to a championship. 2-1 pitch. Low and inside for ball 3. And, of course, the Bells won it all last year. They're 2025 WCL champions, and they don't look like it here. Losing 11-3 in the North Division championship game. The Sox want to get back to the dance. They were there in 2024. fell well short in 2025. And now this might be their year. 3-1 pitch. Way inside, almost hit him. It's ball 4, and Connolly starts his day in relief by loading the bases with the walk. And this is going to make you hold your breath if you're a Bells fan. Bases juiced. Paxton Bigby at the plate. He struck you for 3 runs with a home run in the second. One swing scores 4. Change for a nickel, as we might say. Connolly, the pitch. That's high, and that's away for a ball. It was Bigby's first of the year. He joined the team right around that first road trip to Port Angeles, right after the Edmonton series. And he's been fairly consistent for you all year. And he's really hit his stride here in the postseason. 1-0 pitch. High and away again. Back-to-back takes for Bigby, and he's ahead in the count. He would love a pitch to hit here. Right field's looking nice. Would be his second home run tonight if he could get it. And it would be a grand slam. 2-0. On the top rail for a strike. Still a hitter's count, 2-1. Bases juiced and no outs. Morisaki at first. Castanolo at second. And Young at third base. Connolly runs through the signs again. Now agrees on this one. The 2-1. Bigby. High in the air to left field. Twisting towards the line. Shallow for Keybon, who makes the catch. Ryder Young was tagging and dekes out Keybon. He just heads back into third. It's an unproductive out off the barrel of Bigby. Here's Reese Vassar. Bases still loaded, and only 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. And the Sox lead 11-3. They've already tagged the Bells for 3 runs here in the 6th. As Connolly gets his signs, now he's set. First base half of the rubber. Pitch to Vassar. Wave and a miss. The fastball passed him right down the guts. And strike 1. And fastball only clocking in at 83 miles an hour for Connolly. Not a lot of power, a lot more deception from him. 0-1. Pitch. That's upstairs, and that's ball 1. And Vassar, 1 for 3 today. 2-run RBI single in the 3rd. He cashed in with the bases loaded. And that's a similar sights. Bases loaded. Vassar at the plates. Does he do what he did last time? That's the question. Here's the answer. Inside, man. Barely grazed his jersey. 2 balls and 1 strike. And Connolly taking over in this inning from Nichols, who started it and was yet to get an out. Got in some trouble. Walking fields to start it, and then 3 straight hits to allow those 3 runs to score. 2-1 offering. Top shelf, and Vassar holds up. It's ball 3, a hitter's count now for him. So far, everything's been coming up AppleSox here in the North Division Championship game. You got to hope that that pattern holds true through the last third of this ball game. 3-1. Connolly. He delivers. Swing and a miss by Vassar. Pitch inside. He couldn't catch up to it, and the count is now full. Three and 2. 1 out. Bases still loaded for Wenatchee. They're not done yet. They want to play some add-on. And Connolly would like to shut them down. Payoff to Vassar. Low, ball 4. That brings home a run. They had nowhere to put Vassar. They walk him, and the Sox extend the lead. It's 12-3 in Wenatchee.
Number 16, Raphael Todd.
And another quality at bat for the AppleSox. They're up to 8 now so far today. Not the most quality at bats, but they've been timely when it's mattered most. And it flips over the lineup card now for Raphael Dunn. Sox have batted around now here in the 6th. Still a bases loaded. And the pitch to Dunn. Floated above the zone. It's a good take for ball 1. Beautiful day today in Wenatchee. Perfect day for AppleSox baseball. And the score reflecting it as well. It's 12-3 Sox on top over their North Division rivals. 1-0 delivery. Dunn on the hands. A blooper to left field, falling quickly. It falls fair. Oh, wow. Pesky and Johnson were converging on it. Neither of them make the play. Everyone moves up 90 feet. Everyone's safe, and the Sox score another run.
Now batting number 15,
And the Bells, nothing is working for them. The 5th run given up here in the 6th inning. It's 13-3. The Sox are up by double digits. Now it's Noah Fields again, who started this inning with a walk. First pitch to him. Popped up to the right side. Tailing back and tailing out of play into the stands. And the Sox have already struck for 5 runs off of 4 hits here in the 6th inning. And it's just getting ugly for Bellingham. This is not the team that blew out Nanaimo 17-4. 0-1 the count on Fields. Getting the start today in right field as Connolly comes sets and delivers. In there for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes on Fields. 1 for 3 today with a single in the 1st. And the Sox would like a single right here. Only 1 out here, bottom of the 6th. Base is still loaded. Connolly's pitch. High and away. That's ball 1. And Fields was a little cold coming into the postseason. Batting a .143 coming into this game. He's got a single today. With a multi-hit game, he could start to turn his postseason around. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Yank the slider outside. Count evens at 2s. And Fields led off this inning in the 6th, which is what feels like forever ago. Drew the walk, came around to score. Landon White, after him, got the single. Then the bases clearing triple from Doyle. And then Ryder Young brought Doyle home to score with a single through the left side. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. A check swing, and Fields just gets a piece of the barrel to it to foul it off, and by a miracle, he's still alive. And Jamison Connolly taking over for the Bells here on the mound, and it hasn't been pretty. He's only been able to get 1 out. He's the right-handed pitcher from Olympic College, and a freshman from Shoreline, Washington. Delivers the 2-2. Fields cracked to the left center field gap. That'll fall, and that might clear the bases. Dunn scores. Vassar scores. Here comes Dunn again. He scores. Bases clearing. RBI double for Fields. One swing and 3 runs for Fields. Makes it 16-3, AppleSox on top. It's getting comical. Here comes Reiger out of the dugouts, and they're going to call to the pen again. And the Bells just can't seem to buy themselves an out, and the Sox are refusing to take their foot off the gas. We'll find out who the new face is for the Bellingham Bells here in just a second. Don't go anywhere. It's AppleSox Baseball on the AppleSox Radio Network.
Jeff is back from the Country Inn Family Restaurant. You have prime rib on Friday and Saturday.
Always Friday and Saturday. He's tired of barbecuing. Come on out and let me do the cooking. We got slow roasted prime rib served up Friday and Saturday night. I start serving it around 3:30, 4 o'clock until we run out.
And remember, if you're hungry like me, early in the morning, guess who's open up for breakfast 7 days a week?
Down here at the Country Inn.
Off Valley Mall Parkway in East Wenatchee, the Country Inn Family Restaurant. How long have you been in business?
Going on over 40 years since 1975.
Thanks, Jeff.
Hey, Dave, you take care.
Chad and Amanda with Holidays Custom Muffler wish the AppleSox the best on the field this season. If you're in need of muffler work, visit Holidays Custom Muffler. They work on all cars, trucks, motorhomes, and more. Holidays provides free estimates, affordable solutions, and they guarantee their work. For an appointment, call 509-888-0128 or stop in at 400 South Columbia Street in Wenatchee.
American Shoe Shop has never been your typical shoe store. Our history began with shoe repair in 1920. That tradition has given us the knowledge to serve your footwear needs like nowhere else. American Shoe Shop strives to bring you the best in everything from casual comfort footwear, finest of hunting boots, with brands like Blundstone, SAS, Birkenstock, Kenetrek, Crispy, Keen, and so many more, as well as surprises like Axes from Grants Force Bruck and Optics from Knox, all only at American Shoe Shop, downtown Wenatchee.
Your official radio station for the Wenatchee AppleSox is Sunny FM, KCSY Twist, the greatest hits of all time.
1/3 of an inning. That is all Jamison Connolly was able to spin here for the Bells. He took over for Nichols, and it was really disastrous for him here in relief. The Sox have tallied 6 runs here in the 6th inning, and they lead it 16-3. And Connolly will hand it off to Adam Jay, the freshman from Maple Valley, Washington, out of Lower Columbia University, making his 8th appearance of the summer for the Bellingham Bells, a 2.35 ERA for him. And really, he's tasked with basically stopping the bleeding, and it has really been a hemorrhage here for the Bells. And the Sox have tagged him for 8 runs in this 6th inning. It's Landon White now. Sox have batted around. White earlier in this inning had a single, and then came around to score off the triple from Doyle. He's got Fields at second base, and only 1 out here, bottom of the 6th. As Jay, the left-hander, will kick, and he'll deal. That's down low in the turf, and it's ball 1.
Everybody clap your hands.
And both these teams, a lot of, not necessarily beef between them, just history of playing each other in the postseason. And when you have that, things can get chippy. 1-0 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. White couldn't catch it. It's strike 1. Of course, the Bells knocked the Sox out of the playoffs last year. Now the Sox up 16-3. And there's kind of embarrassing Bellingham here in this championship game. 1-0 pitch on the way. That's in their first strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 runner on for Wenatchee. And I've said it a few times, a gorgeous night tonight in Wenatchee. No better day. Jay comes set from his belts, looks to second, now delivers. Spiked in front of home plates. Moss is able to keep it in front, though, and Fields will stay put at second. And Landon White picked up his first hit of the ball game earlier in this inning in the bottom of the 6th. He was 0 for 3 up until that point. Now 1 for 4. Wanting to make it 2 for 5. Let's see if he does. It's a 1-2 count with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Line drive over Pesky's head at short. 1 hops to Keybon in left, and they're waving Noah Fields around third. The relay is bobbled by Pesky. Fields will score, make it 17-3. Wenatchee, the hit train keeps on rolling, and they are not quitting. Bellingham Bells look like they've had all the fight just drained out of them. Nothing left in the tank. Here comes Zach Doyle, batting from the left side. Here's the pitch. On the hands, fouled off to the left side, but hanging up in play And Johnson at third makes the catch as he bends over the railing of the AppleSox dugout. A good catch from him.
Now batting number 13, Ryder.
That's out number 2. Here comes Ryder Young. And he had an RBI single earlier in this inning to score Doyle, who had the bases clearing triple earlier on. And the offering on the way. Ryder Young fouls this straight back to the netting. It's a nice RBI single from Landon White there a second ago. Just shot it over the head of Peschke at shorts. And Fields, he's quick, got on his horse and just hit third with a passion heading towards the plates. And there's the 0-1 pitch to Young. And the slider inside, he holds up, and it's ball 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike on Ryder Young with 2 outs. With the runner on first, here's the pitch. That's low and away for ball 2. Two balls and 1 strike on Ryder Young with 2 outs. And runner on first base. Jay, the left-hander, delivers. High and away for ball 3. Man, Young having himself a day today. Solo home run in the second. Single in the fourth. And the RBI single earlier in this inning. A 3-hit performance. He's 3 for 4. And, of course, Bigby had the other home run back in the second inning. The 3-run shots. There's a 3-1 pitch to Young. It's high and tight for ball 4. And the Bells just can't seem to get out of Dodge. James Gasnola now, right-handed batter against the lefty Jay. He's the 5th pitcher that the Bells have used today. They're really rolling through the carousel. And then they deliver here to Castanola. Shut off the end of the bat. Over to Hayes at second. Goes the easy way to second base where Peschke was covering. They get the outs, and that's the side. Finally retired. AppleSox tally 9 runs here in Wenatchee off of 6 hits in the 6th inning. And they extend their lead now to a comical extent. They're up by big here as we head to the top of the 7th inning here on the AppleSox Radio Network.
So here's what we won't do. We won't let self-doubt win again. Because we're working on something more real. With a coach who doesn't just spot you, but sees the real you. And a personal plan made for wherever you are.
Elbows in.
Because we know fit looks different for you, and her, and them. So that self-doubt, yeah, not today.
Come on, Riley, let's go!
Because you have people who believe in something more real. Like you. That's Anytime Fitness. That's Real AF.
One thing we like, it's choices. Pat Armstrong Ford is the place to start. With a full lineup of vehicles and available powertrains, get your ideal combination of power and capability. With gas, hybrid, or all electric. But more important than the power you choose is what you choose to do with it. Stop by Pat Armstrong Ford today for your vehicle, parts, and service needs. 703rd Street Southeast in East Wenatchee, just up the street from Costco.
He's drawing Noah Cassie to start things here late in this game, top of the 7th, and your score is 17-3. No, I'm not joking. Here's the first pitch to Cassie. Slider just misses away by a hair, and that's ball 1 to Cassie. And tonight's the tale of two different games in the West Coast League. This one here, and then the Corvallis and Ridgefield game. It's the 1-0 pitch. Yanked outside again for another ball. This game 17-3, and the Corvallis and Ridgefield game 6-2. Corvallis up by 4, but in the West Coast League, four-run lead isn't necessarily enough. 2-0 pitch on the way. And this is cracked high and deep to right field. Doyle gives it some ground, but backpedals back for the catch and the first out to start things here in the 7th. And if Corvallis were to make the championship game, they're up 6-2 right now. That would be kind of a sight for sore eyes for a lot of West Coast League fans. Of course, both Wenatchee and Corvallis, two very successful programs in the West Coast League. Here's Nate Johnson. Pitch to him. Sato sweeps the slider in there for a strike. Of course, Ed Nags, former coach for the AppleSox, also coached with Corvallis. He led both those teams to championships while he was there with them. 0-1 pitch now to Johnson. Another slider. This time Johnson cuts through it. 2 strikes quickly on him. And of course, the Sox playing Corvallis in the championship game in 3 separate occasions. Now the 0-2 pitch on the way. And he misses it down low in the dirt. Of course, in 2008, the Sox lost 2-0. And then in 2009, they beat Corvallis 2-0. And in 2012, Corvallis took them down. The Sox won 2-0. And here's the 1-2. Popped up in the infield. Right to Reese Vassar at shorts. Comes in a few steps and makes the catch just off the second base. And that's out number 2. And, of course, that 2012 championship against Corvallis, that was the last time the Sox won a championship. It's been 14 years since they've won the last game of the summer. They've been to the dance a few times, just haven't quite been able to finish it. Now it's Matt Churchill. 2 outs and no one on. Pitch from Sato. Painted on the outside corner for a strike. So that would be a fun matchup to see. Corvallis and the AppleSox. 2 historically great programs in the West Coast League, duking it out in the best game of the year. The 0-1. Breaking ball. Fell underneath the zone for a ball. And Sato, he's the definition of a crafty righty. Not a lot of velocity. It's a lot of deception with his game. 1-1. Slider away. Churchill learned from the first time, does not offer. So 2 balls and 1 strike on Churchill, who is 2 for 3 tonight, pair of singles. Here's the offering. Just misses high and just misses away by a little bit. And there's a hitter's count now for Churchill with 2 outs and no one on here. Top of the 7th inning. Sox up 17-3. Here's the pitch. On the inside corner for a strike. Just clips it. Count is now full, 3-2, with 2 outs, no one on. Sato winds and delivers the payoff. Misses downstairs for ball 4, and he allows Churchill to wiggle away from him. And 2-out base runner on for the Bells. Trailing here by 14 runs. No, that's not a typo. That's not a misunderstanding. It's not getting lost in translation. It's 17-3, Sox on top. And the offering to Keybomb is in there for strike 1. And the Bells have Churchill now at first base with the walk. 2 away here in the top of the 7th. And the sun completely gone down in Wenatchee. It's 9:10 p.m. 0-1 the count. Here's Sato's pitch. Slider dropped onto the inside corner. Keybon couldn't believe it. It's strike 2. To retire the side, and strand a runner at first to hold on to that 17-3 lead. And Sato misses low and away. Keybon 1 for 3 today. Single in the seconds, and then popped out and struck out in his next 2 at-bats. 1-2 the count with 2 outs and a runner on. Sato's pitch. Lines to left center field, and Young on the knee slides and makes the catch. Holy cow, what a play by Young in left field. Tracks it down, slides for the catch and the out, and that's the side retired. Sox are not letting the bell.
Hey, grab me 1, 2.
Summer starts with membership at the Rack. Pack your calendar with Camp Rack, swim and tennis lessons, summer swim team, indoor and outdoor pickleball, tennis tournaments, play programs, and so much more. It is so easy and fun for the whole family to stay active and fit all summer long when you join the Rack.
So here's what we won't do. We won't let self-doubt win again. Because we're working on something more real. With a coach who doesn't just spot you, but sees the real you. And a personal plan made for wherever you are.
Elbows in.
Because we know fit looks different for you, and her, and them. So that self-doubt, yeah, not today.
Come on, Riley, let's go!
Because you have people who believe in something more real. Like you. That's Anytime Fitness. That's Real AF.
Tee it up at the Three Lakes Golf Club in Malaga. Give us a call for your next tee time. Visit threelakesgolf.com.
Bottom of the 7th inning, the Sox up 17-3, and the Bells are calling in their 6th man out of the pen. It's Connor Moffitt, the right-handed pitcher, taking over here, bottom of the 7th inning, and the day done for Adam J on the mound for the Bells. He went just 2/3 of an inning there in the 6th, giving up 1 hit and no runs off of 1 walk, no strikeouts. Now, of course, it's Moffitt's incoming freshman from Olympic College, making just his 2nd appearance with Bellingham this year. He's only made 1 thus far. 3 innings of relief without giving up a run. So his ERA is 0 on the dots. So he draws Kanoa Morisaki here late in the game. As Moffitt gets his signs. Working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Saki. Fastball just under the zone for a ball. Now Moffitt, 6'4" and 179 pounds. He's got that pitcher's build. Incoming freshman, fresh out of high school. He'll be going to Olympic College next year. Here's the next offering. Saki takes it low. It's ball 2. And the Bells have quite a few guys from Olympic College. Bit of a pipeline there. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch to Saki. A mile high, an easy take. And it's ball 3. 3 straight balls to Saki. And the Sox lean 17-3 here in the bottom of the 7th. A game that should have been close is a bit of a laugher, as Moffitt will kick and deal. Misses inside for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk on Saki to start the bottom of the 7th. And really, the Bells just can't catch a break here. Walks, hits, hit by pitches. And they just come in bunches. Now it's Paxton Bigby, the man who hit the 3-run shot back in the 2nd. And his first pitch is just over the top rung for a ball. And a couple of defensive substitutions for the Bells here late in the game. You got Bosch in straightaway center as the 1-0 pitch from Bigby is lofted into shallow right center field. That plops in for a hit and will kick Morisaki into seconds. And then, of course, KG Hattori takes over at shorts in lieu of Peschke. And Rusko will swap spots with Hayes at second base. And of course, things getting away from the Bells here in this championship game for the North. So they're going to try and shake things up late in the game. But it's probably, too little too late. Now it's Reese Vassar. 2 on and no outs. Moffitt looks to seconds. Now delivers. Upstairs. Easy take for a ball. Now Vassar, a 2-run single in the third. And he drew a walk in the sixth, which was an RBI walk. Obviously, bases loaded and walked him, drive home a run. One of the 17 runs for the AppleSox today. Here's the 1-0. Wave and a miss on the fastball blown past him at 87 miles an hour.
Everybody clap your hands.
And Vassar's been swinging a hot twig here in the playoffs. Batting .333 coming into today. 2 hits and an RBI. Now 3 RBIs and 3 hits for him. Here's the 1-1. Another wave and a miss, and again on the fastball. Falls behind 1-2. Runners on first and second. And of course, that's Bigby at first, Morisaki at second. Morisaki drew the walk. Bigby lofted that single into right center field. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball to third. Johnson's got it, bobbles it a bit, but still gets the throw off to second. The relay to first is in the dirt, and it gets away from Cassie. Morisaki will take advantage of the ball that kicked into the Bells dugout. He will score, and it's 18-3.
Now batting number 16, Rafael Todd.
And of course, an error there allows Saki to score, making it 18-3. Vassar now into second base off of that ball that got out of play. And it's top of the order, Rafael Dunn, as Moffitt looks to second, now lifts and delivers. High and away with the fastball. It's ball 1. Again, like I said, some defensive substitutions for the Bells. Bosch in straightaway center, Hattori at shorts, and Rusko at second base. 1-0 the count. With 1 out, the pitch to Dunn. Upstairs, mile high for ball 2. And the Sox batted around there in the 6th, tallying 9 runs off of 6 hits. And they lead at 18-3 here. Here's a 2-0 pitch to Dunn. Upstairs again, it's ball 3. And it's getting a bit embarrassing here for Bells fans. And there are actually quite a few Bells fans here at the ballpark. Bellingham bussed a number of their season ticket holders down here to Wenatchee to come watch this game. Packed them onto a bus, drove them down earlier today. Here's the 3-0 pitch done. Swings and misses on the breaking ball. Now the count 3-1. And of course, all those season ticket holders most likely appalled by the performance here by Bellingham. It's 18-3 in a championship game for the North. Worst time to put up a performance like this. Here's the 3-1. On the hands, popped up, and just back out of play, out of harm's way. Count fills up on Dunn, 3-2. And still a runner at second base, that's Vassar. And you really feel bad for those Bellingham fans. Drove all the way down to watch their team just get kind of steamrolled here by Wenatchee. Obviously, still quite a bit of game left here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the payoff. That is yanked down the right field line, but well foul. It's a long, loud strike from Dunn. And Dunn extended his on-base streak to 36 games with his hit by pitch in the 2nd. And then got a little cherry on top with a bases clearing triple in the 3rd. And an RBI single in the 6th. Another payoff to him. Waves and misses on the slider away from him. He goes down swinging, and that is out number 2.
Now batting number 15, Noah Fields.
Here comes Noah Fields. 2 away and a runner on second base. He'd like to trade places with him and make it a 19-3 game. It's 18-3 at the moment. And Noah drew the walk that kicked off that 9-run 6th inning. Here's the first pitch to him from Moffitt. High and away for a ball. Yeah, Fields a multi-hit game for him. Singled in the first, struck out in the second, grounded out in the third, drew a walk in the 6th to start that inning, and then had a 3-run RBI double in the 7th to clear the table. The 1-0 pitch on the way. And he hits this high, but straight back and into the night sky. Count evens up at 1-1. He's still got Reese Vassar out there at second base. 1-1 the count with 2 away. As Moffitt comes set, looks to second, and he fires. Floats it in there for a strike. And this is quite the reversal for Bellingham this year. Won the championship last year, beat the Portland Pickles. And now getting beaten to the dirt 18-3 in the North Championship game against the Sox. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball down the third base line, but just foul. Nate Johnson gloves on the backhand, but in foul ground. The count will stay put at 1-2. And all playoff games this year for the Sox will be here at home. They were the top-seeded team in the entire West Coast League. Best record. Truly a year to remember. And they're keeping history rolling here against Bellingham. 1-2 again. Skipped in the turf and badly. About 5 feet in front of home plate. Gets past Moss to the backstop. And that'll allow Vassar to walk easily into third base. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Fields at the plates. The Sox 90 feet away from scoring their second run of this inning. Offering from Moffitt. Fouled back to the glove of Moss, but just out of the top of his leather. And Fields holds on to see another pitch. Two and two still the count. Vassar at third. Sox up 18-3. It's a pretty comfortable cushion, I'd say. Here's the 2-2 to Fields. Top shelf fastball. He gets it off the end of the bats to foul it off. And again, Fields just staying alive. And the Sox have already struck for 1 here in the 7th. Off of 1 hit and 1 error as well to help them out. 2-2 still the count. Moffitt delivers. Fields goes down swinging. On the changeup that dropped off the table. They laid a tag down on him, and that's it for the Sun.
The 12 tribes have always roamed these lands. And today, guests at 12 Tribes Lake Chelan Casino follow in those footsteps. Sharing with friends and family. Gathering for games and celebrations. Here, where it's far from the ordinary and close to the adventure, the freedom to explore still whispers to those who listen.
And many collectible tins. Circle the bases with a trip to the Taffy Shop in the Mottler Building at 900 Front Street in Leavenworth.
Hey, it's Stacy with the Floor Factory is Flooring America. Whether you're looking for a small project or a large one, from special order options to our large selection of in-stock, we can help you. From the latest color and style trends or to more of a classic style, we can help you. Carpet, hardwood, luxury vinyl, laminate, and even sheet vinyl. Come check out our newly updated showroom and our last chance bargain basement. They're great for do-it-yourself, or we have professional installation available too at 13 South Wenatchee Avenue. It's where friends send friends to the Floor Factory.
Eric's European Auto Repair and Sales is proud to support Wenatchee AppleSox baseball. Eric's is the #1 place for European auto repair anywhere in Central Washington. For service, repair, diagnostics, and more, visit ericseuro.com. That's ERIKSEURO.com to book online or call or text 509-888-7696. Open weekdays 7:30 to 6 with after-hours pickup and drop-off available. Enjoy 50% off rental cars when your vehicle is in the shop.
Sox leading 18-3. We're into the top of the 8th. Dylan Moss leading off for the Bells as Sato delivers to him. And it's in there for a strike. And Evan Yates batting in lieu of Dylan Moss. It's late in the game and things getting out of hand for the Bellingham Bells. They really didn't know what hit them. Sox just came out of left field and socked them in the mouth. As Yates fences off foul high to the left side. And it drops down onto the concourse. And 1 ball and 1 strike on Yates. Taking over for Moss here in the 8th. Here's a pitch from Sato. Swings through the fastball for strike 3. And that's how things start here in the 8th. A swinging K for Sato. That's KG Hattori, who took over for Peschke at shorts. Now takes over for him at the plate as well. And you're getting to the part of the game where Bellingham is bleeding from the jugular, and they're trying to put a Band-Aid on it. As Hattori chases after the fastball away from him, doesn't get any of it in strike 1. And the question is, where did the Sox really slash the jugular? Was it the second where they put up 4, the third where they put up 4, or the 6th where they put up 9? Another wave and a miss on the breaking ball this time, and 0-2 on Hattori. Sato, the former Bell, for back-to-back punch-outs in the 8th. And the slider slips out of his fingers and misses just a bit outside. And the count moves to 1-2 on Hattori. He was an all-star this year. He's got 1 out, no 1 on. Here's the pitch. Just hits the fastball foul. He was late on it, but just gets a piece of the timber to it to stay alive. And Hattori, the incoming freshman, he's heading to Cal Poly. So he'll see Sean McGrath there in the spring. 1-2 the count. Pitch from Sato. Locked him up with the slider outside. Back-to-back Ks for Sato. Got the first one swinging, gets this one looking, and there's 2 away in the 8th. And things just keep going from good to better for the AppleSox in this game, and bad to worse for the Bells. Here's pitch to Bryce Johnson. Slider dropped in for a strike. That's nasty from Sato. And he gets ahead on Johnson. And Johnson, the kid from Bellingham, playing with the Bells in his hometown. Here's his 0-1 pitch. Ground ball right to Vassar. Plays it from beyond the bag. Throws to first. There's the out. Sato faces the minimum. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. Into the bottom half of the 8th inning. Here on the AppleSox Radio Network.
Wenatchee businesses, step up to the plate. Firefly is your hometown MVP for managed IT and cybersecurity, protecting your time and tech since 1992. For a limited time, Firefly.
With great power comes great responsibility. And here in Chelan County, We take these words to heart. We stand on the shoulders of innovators. These leaders risked everything on hydropower. And today we are responsible to serve the residents of Chelan County. We serve with dedication and grit. And we'll never forget a commitment to make electricity affordable for everyone.
Stop by your local Wenatchee branch or visit bannerbank.com. Banner Bank member FDIC.
Bottom of the 8th inning here in the North Division Championship game, and Josiah Rodriguez bats in place of Landon Whites. The first pitch to him is painted on the inside corner. He takes it for a strike. And the Sox go from one Bulldog to another. Josiah Rodriguez going to Gonzaga next year. Again, batting in place of Landon White, currently at Gonzaga. As Moffitt delivers, Josiah grounds it weakly to third. Johnson's got it. Throws across the diamond with tons of time to get Rodriguez.
Now batting number 33, Zach Doyle.
Now it's Zach Doyle. Sox leading 18-3 in the North Division Championship game. And if you had told me at the very start of this game that, hey, by the bottom of the 8th inning, the Sox would be up by 15 runs, I would have thought that you were crazy. But here we are. And Moffitt delivers the first pitch to Doyle. A mile high. Pretty bad miss for ball one to start the at-bats. And these two teams play each other in two series during the year. And they split those series, basically. Sox won the first one. Bells won the second one. 1-0 pitch. And Doyle swings out of his shoes, or out of his hand, I should say. Lost his grip on the bat, but was able to hold it in his right hand. And so, very awkward strike one. And these two teams seemed pretty evenly matched all year. Going back and forth in those top two spots in the league. 1-1 pitch. Low and inside for a ball. I mean, obviously the Sox held on to the top spot all year long, but Bellingham was right there in that number 2 spot. Fighting with, at one point, Kelowna, Nanaimo, Edmonton at times. And 2-1 pitch on the way to Doyle. A mile high again. It's ball 3. And the Sox, going into this game, I'll tell you, I'll be completely honest, I was worried. There was one team I thought that could take them down, it was the Bells, and I've been sorely mistaken. 3-1 pitch. Cut back foul, and the count is full. You see, the Bells usually are the team that has the Sox number in game after game after game, series after series, year after year. These two teams, a lot of history together, dating all the way back to the league's inception. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Ground ball to the right side. Rusco dives and smothers it, but he doesn't have a throw to first. Doyle busted up the line, beats it out. And a great effort by Rusco, but Doyle is just too fast.
Now batting number 13, Ryder Young.
Of course, Rusco taking over at second base for Hayes. That ball looked like it could have trickled into right. He got on his horse and was able to slap the leather to it. Just couldn't quite beat Doyle. Now with one runner on and one out, here's Ryder Young, the low rider. He takes this pitch low for a ball. He may be the low rider, but he hit one high back in the second inning. A solo home run to deep right fields. Just got over the fence, though. 337 feet. 1-0 offering. Line right to third, right to Johnson's glove. They throw to first, and they double him up. Well, you blinked, and that's it for the 8th. A stung line drive off the barrel of Young to Johnson at third. And he throws across the diamond, and nothing Doyle could do. Just kind of left out to dry there. And double play ends the inning. No runs for the AppleSox. 1 hit, no errors. Nobody left on base. We're into the top of the 9th, and the Sox are 3 outs away from a championship appearance in the West Coast League for the 2026 season. Can they do it? Let's find out. Don't go anywhere. Sox baseball on the Sox Radio Network.
Foster parents provide the safety, love, and nurturing every child deserves. Many kids are just looking for someone to talk to have fun with, to share their life with. Interested in being a foster parent? Call K Connections at 888-2006. That's 888-2006. K Connections, enhancing the lives of those they serve at 2121 North Wenatchee Avenue.
Getting bored with the white walls in your house? Let Exterior Solutions and Alexandria Moldings brighten up your interior. Available in various sizes, Alexandria Moldings lends to great project ideas. Use them to build up beautiful moldings, design wall and ceiling panels, and practical shelves. They can also revive your staircases to their natural shine. Exterior Solutions can help you find just what you need. Alexandria Moldings at Exterior Solutions, 151st Street Southeast in East Wenatchee.
The Loop Trail Cafe wish the AppleSox the best of success this season. Locally owned, the Loop Trail Cafe has a great menu for breakfast and lunch. Start your morning off with the local famous zombie or breakfast burrito and a cup of coffee or tea. During the hot summer, you'll find ice cream cones. Get a scoop on the Loop. The Loop Trail Cafe, across from the splash pad in the Riverfront Center building at 1 5th Street, Suite 160 in Wenatchee.
Top of the 9th inning here in the North Division Championship game. It's Ty Rusko who leads off for the Bells. He fouls off the first pitch he sees, and the count is 0-1. Sato on the mound again for the Sox, carrying a long outing of relief. He started in the 7th, took it for the 8th, and now he's got it for the 9th. The Sox, full confidence in the former Bell, pitching against his former team. And Sato, the windup, and the pitch. Slider just low and just away. It evens the count at once. Sox up 18-3. And they're 3 outs away from a return to the championship game in the West Coast League. Here's the 1-1. Off the hands and fouled off right back into the parking lot. And it's 2 strikes on Rusko. And the West Coast League only 21 years old. First season was in 2005. And the very first champion ever crowned, well, it was the Wenatchee AppleSox, who beats the Bellingham Bells. 1-2 pitch. Slider low and away, and the count evens. And it's been a rich history for the West Coast League, and the Sox have been a very integral part of that, and they want to continue it here this year. 2-2 pitch. Popped up in the infield. Right side, Dunn and Bigby converge, and it's Dunn who loses his hat as he makes the catch. Out number 1, the Sox are 2 outs away. Here's Austin Bosch. 1 away and no one on. He bats in place of Bo Schinkel. And Bosch, the sophomore from Calabasas, California. Here's the pitch to him. That's on the top shelf, but just not in the zone. It's a ball. Yeah, Calabasas, California. And no, I'm not making that up. It's a real town. 1-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike. 1 out here in the top of the 9th. A win here sends the Sox to the WCL championship game. 1-1 pitch. Just high and just away. 2 balls, 1 strike goes the count. And it's been an offensive barrage for the Sox here today. 2-1 count on Bosch. Here's the offering. Ground ball up the middle. Sato stuck out the hand, but couldn't quite reel it in for the play. He gets all the way into center field. Doyle gets it in as quickly as he can. A 1-out single for the Bells, and they have some life here at the top of the 9th. Yeah, it was funny. When I was at break, our board op Ken back in the Sunny FM studios was telling me, hey, you got your last spot coming up here. And he goes, hey, the Bells only need 15 runs. And I was like, that's a good point. They only need 15 runs to tie it up. Here's Noah Cassie. Slider's in there for a strike. Beautiful movement from Sato, and he gets ahead on Cassie.
All right.
Runner on first now. It's Bosch at first. One out, top of the ninth. And the Sox leading 18-3, a 15-run lead. 0-1 pitch. Got him swinging on the slider away. Now's a beautiful pitch and an ugly swing from Cassie. 2 strikes on him. Sato wants the strikeout. As he looks to first, now picks off. A little lofted throw to Bigby. Really had no intention of picking off Bosch. Still no balls and 2 strikes on Cassie. RBI double in the 5th, but other than that, he's been hitless. The 0-2. And he cracks this deep to left center field. Doyle looking up, and it one-hops the wall right off the Chair 5 pub banner. They're waving Bosch around third. Now a late stop sign. They hold him as Doyle with the rocket on the right arm gets it into Dunn. And it's a double for Cassie. And now runners on second and third for the Bells. Here they come. Nate Johnson now. 2 runners in scoring position. Yeah, Cassie at second, and Bosch at third, 90 feet away. There's 1 out here in the top of the 9th. And the Sox up by 15 runs. Here's a pitch. Way high and way outside. Saki had to basically jump to catch it. It's ball 1 on Johnson. He's 1 for 4 today. Singled in a third. That's about it. 1-0. Grounded on 2 skips to Dunn at second base. He options it to first for the out. There's 2 outs, and the Bells are down to their last out. And it did score Bosch. So now make it 18-4. They're only down by 14. And here comes Matt Churchill. And pardon me, it's Hayden Hollinsworth batting in place of Churchill. First pitch to Hollinsworth is on the top rail, and that is strike 1. Oh, 1 the count. 2 outs. Runner at third. Pitch from Sato. Check swing does not go on the slider away, and the count evens at 1s. One ball, 1 strike on Hollinsworth. Batting in place of Churchill. Here in the top of the 9th. The pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. Sato perfectly cuts it. And now the Bells down to their last strike. Everyone here at Paul Thomas on their feet. Sox 1 strike away from a championship appearance. For the first time since 2024. Fouled off. And Hollinsworth, he's a pest. Sox were in the championship game in 2024. They lost it to Portland. 1 strike away from getting back to the dance for a return to glory. Low and away. Good take by Hollinsworth. The count evens 2s. And Corvallis currently up 7-2 over Richfield in the top of the 9th. Similar situation there. Sato gets his signs. 2-2 counts. To end it. To send the Sox to the championship. He got him! Looking strike 3 down the middle. Your Sox are going to play for a West Coast League championship. They're back to the dance. How about that? How do you like them now? A historic season marches on. And for the first time since 2024, they're back in the championship. This team is something else. It's something special. And now they're going to be playing in the last game of the summer when it matters most. And we'll be on the call for that game as well. I've been Smith Sly. We got some post-game coverage due up here in a little bit.